Looks like they're dropping fine leg back too. Of course, you can only have 2 outside the circle for the first 6 overs. I think that's Alex Vincent dropping down to fine leg there. You'd expect this one to be short with fine leg and third man back. And it is, and it's a great bouncer there. Backing away there, Clark, but followed him in there, Martin, and the plan worked there and got away with the dot ball.
And obviously we saw the Hurricanes last night really focusing on that short pitch bowl. So would you think that Kingborough would be looking to do the same?
I think they definitely would. The pitch probably would have flattened out a little bit after that match last night, but you saw last night it definitely zipped off the pitch, that short pitch bowling from
definitely
Mills and Co. Another good ball there from Martin.
It's a beautiful ball.
Martin, Clark now 0 off 8 balls, so he'll be definitely looking to turn the strike over here. You don't want to have that type of strike rate in a T20, Josh.
Really a superb start here by Kingborough, though, and this is exactly what they need to do. Fielding first, especially with that formidable South Hobart Sandy Bay batting lineup that is in place. As Martin comes in once again from the river end.
Oh, that's just over cover. Should get 4 there, Clark, and he's away at long last, and that's 4.
And the outfield looks to be pretty quick, as it was last night as well for the game.
Just out of the reach of Clive Rose there at cover. Didn't get all of it, Matt Clark, but he'll be happy to get away with 4 there.
Martin comes in again to the right-hander.
Oh.
Just a little bit of zip in towards the batsman there.
Just tailed in a bit there. And
wicketkeeper really had to work for that one.
Made it hard work there for Code. Dive into his left.
Just really a good effort
did well
at the end.
Very important to save the extras in a T22, Josh. Just can't give anything away. Buys, leg buys, wides and no balls. A bit of zip away again. Still persisting with the slip as well, which you don't see too often in the second over of a T20. But I'd say that Martin's justified it.
Good bowling so far, but obviously from the Shield cricket that we've seen played here this year, the wicket really does work for the bowler. So it's understandable that there is a slip in here for the likes of Martin. He's running in once again from the Church Red end.
And that's out. Got him.
That is an absolute ripper of a delivery there from Martin.
Looked like it was coming though. Built with pressure. And Clark, well, he wasn't great today. He has to go for 4. Excellent ball from Martin.
Just moved in towards like 2 balls ago.
Looks like it's Sean Willis coming to the crease now.
Just look at that ball once again and just see how it just zipped off the seam in towards the batsman there, and the batsman really had no idea.
Excellent start though for Kingborough once again. They've got them 1 for 6 now off 1.5 overs, and oh no, it's the over bowl. Looks like Cameron Weekly's going to come into the attack now for his first over.
So this is the second time these two teams have faced off in the T20 format this season. South Hobart Sandy Bay were the winners in that occasion, chasing 133, which they got to off just 16 overs. So obviously Kingborough know that they need to get off to a really good start here, which they have, thanks to Martin. Bit of a wide delivery there from Wheatley from the river end. Umpire clearly gives that a wide.
Just a bit of a loosener there from Wheatley.
Kingborough just need to make sure that they keep those wides and no balls to a minimum. Especially with the likes of Bailey and Nichols, Malenko and Doherty yet to come in for South Hobart Sandy Bay. Wheatley comes in.
Much better line there. Ended away by Doolan. who did make a slow start to his innings yesterday at Hobart, but got away with a few boundaries and made a crafty 26, but he'll be looking to...
Yeah, before he got caught at backward point, I believe. He looked good, didn't he?
He did.
And obviously, Doolan will definitely be targeting that short boundary, which is on his leg side. Sweetly comes in once again.
Oh,
that is absolutely
that's a
beautiful.
terrific ball. Not given.
Umpire not moving, but that was an absolute ripper of a ball. Probably came off the thigh pad there of Doolan.
Squared him up.
That was a ripper of a catch, though.
Terrific take there from Matt Code. That
Excellent.
was travelling, and he had to move a fair way to his right, and he did a great job.
Kingborough really up to the challenge here at Blunston Arena, Bellarive, doing some great things with the ball. Started off with Clive Rose, who bowled a maiden. Then Martin in the second over got a wicket. And then Wheatley now really making the ball talk early on in this T20 clash. Good smattering of people around the ground, which is good to see. People getting out to support some Premier League cricket. As Wheatley comes in once again from the river end.
Good shot there, and that'll be 4. Nice work from Doolan there, beating the backward square.
Just a lovely shot, isn't he? Just
flicked off his pads, just missed his line there, Cameron Wheatley. And going on from what you said there, Josh, hopefully a few crowd catch opportunities last night that don't get put down. There was
yeah, well, last night I can say was extremely disappointing, wasn't it, for the crowd catching purposes. I think one guy, they said, put down 2 catches, which is just extraordinary,
costly,
isn't it?
Very costly.
Especially you consider some money is definitely on the table for that one, so very disappointing. Wheatley comes in once again. Doolan looks to get on the back foot, but that just bounced a little too high for him there.
That's probably just that pace in the pitch from last night as well.
Definitely. Well, you can see why. Last night they really did try to focus on bowling short. Obviously didn't come off, though, but Kingborough have really taken a leaf out of the Hurricanes' book last night. It really seems to be working off for their pace man. And obviously when they put it up a little bit fuller, you can just see the ball just zipping away off the wicket. Full ball there.
Again.
Doolan just pounces onto the front foot and just nudges it onto the offside for no run. This is an excellent start, though, from Kingborough, isn't it, Ryan? Just beautiful.
Really is. Nearly 3 overs bowled now, 1 for 11. Really got to capitalise with the bat in the first 6 overs too, with just 2 out, and I think they've done a very good job, Kingborough, of just keeping it nice and tight.
Yeah, well, South Hobart's Andy Bay are really coming off a demolition job of Glenorchy. They bowled them out for 72 and scored 143 runs, so Kingborough really need to continue this going as I speak, though. Beautiful shot there.
Very classy stroke there from Alex Doolan. Gets him off and racing now. He's on 9 now off 7 deliveries.
He's excellent square of the wicket, isn't he? He's a very aesthetically pleasing looking player, isn't he?
Very much so. That's 3 overs bowled now. It's 1 for 15. Tom Martin to continue now from the Church Street end. 1 for 6 of his first over, including a no ball first ball, so he came back quite well. Starts, oh no, and it's another one.
Deja vu, I say, Ryan.
Yes, no, it's not what you want, but didn't cost him last over. Will it cost him this over?
Another free hit. And obviously, because it's at the same batsman, the field can't change.
Good opportunity here for Sean Willis, though, to have a freebie early on and get his innings off and running.
Clive Rose again just talking to his bowler and just making sure that he's okay. As he comes in once again from the Church Street end of the ground.
Did well. Field's up. It's a good shot to the field when you've got 4 men up on the offside.
Good shot from Willis. Just gave himself enough room around that leg stump and just pushed it where the bowler didn't really want that ball to go.
So as soon as it beats the infield here, it's forward. There's no chasing that down to the short boundary.
Absolutely.
Fast outfield.
Especially when there's only 2 fielders out for this first 6 overs of this clash. Comes in once again to the right-handed Willis. That is a beautiful delivery. Willis just in two minds whether to really play it, and luckily he didn't push any further, because that would have been a nick to either keeper or that first slip that is in place.
So we've just got to build a partnership here. They don't want to lose 2 or 3 quick wickets in the power play and then make it hard for the Baileys and the Nichols of the side.
That's exactly right. Martin comes in once again, just short of a length there, and just nudged down to third man for 1 run. The Sharks really need to make sure they're not getting bogged down at the striker's end, and if they're not able to hit boundaries, making sure that they're rotating the strike constantly to keep these Kingborough players on their toes. As Martin comes in once again, wide ball there. Doolan looks to get on the back foot, but just can't.
Lucky to get away with that one there, Martin. Short and wide.
Absolutely.
Field up. Probably not where he wants to bowl to this field. But
well, we know what Doolan's capable of, obviously, when he gets contact with the bat. Full ball there by Martin.
That's 4.
Beautiful by Doolan. Absolutely beautiful. Just got him to the front foot. Really just a bit of a nudge on to the offside. Not much power there, obviously, with this fast outfield. Anything that's really beats the infield is going to go for 4.
10 off the over here for Martin now. Needs to finish with a dot ball. 1 for 25 now, South Hobart. So they've regrouped well after that early loss of Matt Clark.
Short ball there by Martin, and nicely negated there by Alex Doolan, and that does bring an end to the Martin over. South Hobart, Sandy Bay are 1 for 25 off 4 overs. So as I said before, last time these two played in this T20 comp, South Hobart, Sandy Bay were pretty comprehensive winners, which was partly due to a 70 by Alex Doolan. So obviously Kingborough are really going to need to knuckle down and get the Tasmanian Hurricanes, South Hobart, Sandy Bay batsmen out as early as possible, because obviously he really does take a liking to this attack once he gets in. Looks like it's Ward coming in from the river end. Full ball there.
Looks like it'll just be 1 there for Sean Willis. Yeah, Reece Ward into the attack for the Knights.
Doolan just nudges that on to the leg side just for the 1 run. And that does bring on Willis on strike to face Ward for the first time in this match.
Oh, bit of an inside edge there from Willis, but no run, and well bowled again from Ward.
Kingborough boys are up and about out in the field, understandably as well, with this start that they've managed to have. South Hobart, Sandy Bay are still on 27 though, so getting away a little bit.
Oh, shot there from Sean Willis. That'll be 4, I reckon, too.
That is
Runs
gorgeous.
away.
Clive Rose really chasing that hard, but
Beautiful cover drive.
ball just beats him there.
Willis moves on to 10 now from 7 deliveries. He's working his way into his innings.
As we can see on the replay.
Not a bad ball by any means from Ward, but
definitely not. Just a little bit of width. And
got a good stride in there, Willis, and through the infield and away for 4.
So that means Willis is now 10 off 7 balls. As Ward comes in once again. Caught and bowled chance there for Ward, but just can't get his mitts around the ball. And lucky for Willis, he's still there to see another day. As you can see, that is so close.
Nearly a Mitch Stark-like effort there, Josh.
Even a Nathan Lyon or a Trent Bolt. Just beautiful, really. And it would have had the lads very excited if he'd managed to pull that one off as he comes in once again.
Another good ball. Just that middle to leg stump line there from Ward. That's the over bowled. 1 for 31.
At the end of the 5th over, the Sharks are 1 for 31.
The clouds are looking quite dark in the background, but we've been assured that there isn't hopefully any chance of rain coming to spoil this game, which is extremely great news.
Looks like Cameron Weekly's swapped ends here. Just going from the Church Street end now. He's bowled 2 overs from the... He certainly bowled the 1 over from the River end, but just wanted to change ends here.
Wheatley to Doolan. Good lead there by Doolan.
Last over the power play here, so you think that Doolan will definitely try and pierce that offside field you'd expect.
It's fair to say that South Hobart Sandy Bay would have been thinking or wanting more runs in this power play period, especially with only 31 and still Doolan at the crease. You'd be thinking that they probably would have got off to a better start, but obviously the bowling by Kingborough has just been superb.
Another no ball. You'd have to say that maiden from Clive Rose in the first over of the innings, that
really set the tone, yeah.
It did. But a free hit opportunity now here for Alex Doolan again. There's been 3 or 4 now free hit opportunities.
And all from the Church Street end of the ground. So fast bowlers having a little bit of trouble from that end. Not sure if it has anything to do from last night's game or just the players are having a bit of a trouble with their run up from that end of the ground. Sweetly comes in. Doolan just gives him
beats mid on.
Just steps back there and
I reckon that'll be 4. It is, yes. Went short there, Wheatley, but not short enough. Needed to really dig that in at the head, but looked like it was just chest high and muscled away there by Doolan for 4.
As we can see on the replay, Doolan just gives himself a bit of room and really just baseball bats that one onto the leg side. And the chase was very much in vain. Wheatley comes in.
Better areas there from Wheatley. Had a couple out there that Doolan has flashed at.
Yeah, Doolan swinging hard, but he's not moving his foot to the ball. So obviously Wheatley should always feel like he's in the game with a potential nick. That slip has been moved out, so there is just the keeper now. As I say that though, the slip does look like he's making a return.
Might be just a fly slip, in fact. Very interesting field position here.
Very interesting. Obviously Wheatley feels like that position could be in the game. Doolan faces.
It's a
leg side ball.
Wide ball. Doolan striking in 120 here. 18 off 15.
That's just superb maths there from Ryan Brasendale here. Really happy about his effort there. And Doolan just really tried to give that ball a whack, but Wheatley just bowled that one. Just too wide for him to have a hit at. Wheatley comes in. Redeems himself there. Good ball. And Doolan just pushes that one down the ground for no run.
Two balls left in this over here from Wheatley. Very well fielded there.
It's a nice looking straight drive though by Doolan, but
he saved a couple of runs there, Cam Wheatley.
To be fair though, if Wheatley hadn't saved it, the Stumps probably would have.
1 over left in the power play now, 1 for 43. Probably a little under par for the 6 overs, but plenty of wickets in hand for the assault later on in the innings.
Last ball of the over. Just flied it up there. And can't beat Clive Rose in the mid-wicket region.
Six bowler
region,
now.
I should say.
6 bowl, 1 for 43. Looks like Clive might be coming on for his second over.
That's the end of the power play for the South Hobart Sandy Bay Sharks. The Kingborough Knights can now have 5 fielders outside the inner circle. The Sharks are 1 for 43.
Yes, it is Clive Rose to continue from the river end here. Bowled a maiden in the first over of the match. How not often you see a maiden in T20 cricket, Josh, but
Especially the first over of the game.
let's see if he can continue his good work here. Bit of turn there again for him, just stuck on the crease there, Sean Willis. And we've got 4 out, it looks like. They've got the deep mid-wicket, deep long on, deep long off, and a deepish cover, so good use of the feet there from Willis, and it'll just be 1 down to long off there.
Obviously the most intriguing part of Rose's first over was the amount of spin that he was getting away from the right-hander. So he'll definitely be looking to do that again to Doolan and make sure that he's having to hit towards the longer boundary here at Blunson Arena.
Another good ball there from Rose. They'll get 1 though. Rose pick up the prize wicket of Aaron Finch last night in the BBL. The first over of the match as well.
It's a good catch there by Matthew Wade, wasn't it, as well? But yeah, Clive Rose really did the damage early, but
Kicked away by Willis, and I think Kingborough will be very happy just with the 1s.
yeah, well, especially how the game went last time these two met in this format. They'll definitely be looking to make sure that the likes of Willis, Doolan and Bailey, as well as Nichols, don't get away from them.
Another good ball there from Willis, from Rose, sorry. Went to the left arm of Freitag there, but
It's good fielding in the covers, isn't it? Nice pick up.
comfortable single though. Never in doubt.
Oh, never in doubt, no way.
Last ball the over here from Rose. That'll just be 1 from Willis. And a pretty good over from Rose again. 5 off. 7 bowled. It's 1 for 42.
So Rose has bowled 2 overs so far, and he's gone for just the 5 runs. So it's been a good start by Clive Rose. I believe he's one of 3 players to have played in last night's Hurricanes game.
The other 2 being George Bailey.
And the person who's batting right now, Alex Doolan.
Very correct. Alex Vincent looks like he's into the attack now from the Church Street end.
So it will be interesting to see if he starts with a no ball like his predecessors from that end, as he starts his run up to the right-handed Willis.
Great start.
Just a looping ball there by Vincent. Willis had a little bit of a push at it, but missed the outside edge. Good start there from Vincent. It's really been an excellent start by Kingborough. As we've said numerous times already, but it's just been an excellent bowling effort. Probably the only blues have really been those no balls, and I think that big wide that went down leg side, but Vincent comes in. Willis just jumps onto the front foot.
Heavily protected the offside field here, Josh. It looks like they've got the long off deep point, and third man just can try and bowl nice and straight here.
Which is obviously expected, especially with that short boundary being at that offside side.
And also a deep mid wicket on the leg side.
As Vincent comes in for the third ball of the over. Full ball there. And Willis just bunts it down the ground just for the 1 run. And that does bring Doolan on strike. He's currently going a runner ball, 20. I thought he batted extremely well last night before he got out. So he'll be looking to carry that on, especially as this is the same wicket that was used last night in that game. Another full
terrific ball there.
Just moved away
Just a
from the
fraction.
right-handed Doolan. Nicely taken by the keeper.
That is a good ball in any format of the game there, Josh. That'd be an excellent all format ball.
Absolutely. One day, Sheffield Shield, T20, just the works, really. And as I mentioned before, this has been it's a great cricket wicket down here at Blundstone Arena. And it's really showing that tonight as Vincent comes in. Just short a ball there. Quick single there by
Run out
Doolan.
on. Oh, and Rose. That would have been touch and go there, I reckon, if he had the direct hit there. Just bouncing over the stumps.
Well, we know Clive Rose has a vicious left hand, really, when it comes to aiming at the stumps. So always in with a shot there, but Doolan looked like he did make it in the end, even if that had hit the stumps.
Excellent start to the over here from Vincent. Last ball, he's gone for none for 2.
Willis just gives himself a bit of room, and the keeper seems like he's just throwing the ball at him, really. And that does bring an end to that Vincent over, just the 2 off it. South Hobart, Sandy Bay are now 1 for 44 off 8.
At the end of the 8th over, South Hobart Sandy Bay are 1 for 44.
So as you can see, South Hobart, Sandy Bay just really making sure that they have a consistent partnership through these post power play overs, just to make sure they can set themselves up for the likes of Bailey and Nichols coming in later in this innings.
So they've got Reece Ward continuing here again, for his second over. Oh, it's a very classy shot there. Very, very fine.
The outfield's really getting tested out there.
It's 4. Spit straight there from Reece Ward. And Doolan obliging.
Not much protection down that part of the ground.
No. Smart shot with the field where it is. Fine leg up. Just out of the reach of the keeper there if we look at the replay.
Ward coming in.
Oh, that would have been a chance if Freitag was able to pick that one up. But scampered through for a single there, did Doolan.
Freitag looking very dangerous in that position. And you would think if the ball goes to him, he's definitely got a chance with that left arm. Really picks the ball up nicely. Obviously fumbled that one, but the ball before that came his way really got onto it.
Oh, it's out. Yes.
Easy as you like there.
Willis has to go. Ward just bowling another straight one. I think it might have almost been the inside edge there from Sean Willis, and I'm not sure who the catcher was.
Kingborough are really all over South Hobart Sandy Bay.
Just caught it. Fine leg there. Short fine leg. Yeah, just a bit of an inside edge.
Yeah, he was looking more to go down the ground, wasn't he? But just got that inside edge and went to that short fine leg position that you just mentioned, Ryan. And Willis has to depart. Willis goes for 14 off 17. South Hobart Sandy Bay are 2 for 49.
George Bailey to the crease now, so good time for him to come in, I'd imagine, with plenty of time to bat, plenty of time to build an innings.
I always like watching George Bailey, just his unusual stance. Obviously, it's very square on. It really
I'd
does
say that's an
job.
understatement there, Josh.
One of the biggest I've spoken, probably.
Good test here for Ward, with 3 balls left in the over.
And George Bailey will probably look to noodle that onto the leg side, as he did last night a couple of times.
Oh, excellent start from Ward there.
That is just beautiful movement, isn't it, off the wicket?
It's not where you want it first up as a batsman.
Most certainly not.
Terrific delivery. Has to play at it. So we look on the replay here. Just decked in a little bit there. He's walking at it a bit, George Bailey.
Obviously pretty eager to get his innings underway. As Ward comes in once again from the river end.
Fielded there by Rose. Just pushed to short cover by Bailey. And one ball left in the over now for Ward. If he gets a dot ball here, he's had a terrific over.
Yeah, figures of 1 for 11. He's really done well early on in this T20 grand final between South Hobart, Sandy Bay and Kingborough. Bailey facing. Quick
Good
single
running
there from
Good
Bailey.
running.
Beautiful. Bit of athleticism shown behind the stumps by the keeper.
That's the over bowled now, 9 bowled. It's 2 for 50.
So Doolan's on 26 off 24 balls. Bailey has just come to the crease. He's 1 off 3. First time he's facing Vincent in this innings as he starts his second over from Church Street end.
Another terrific ball there from Vincent.
Just beautiful zip away, isn't it? Just short of a length there from Vincent. And Bailey really just had to stand there and applaud that one, really. It was a beautiful delivery there from Vincent.
So they've brought the mid-off up. They had him out the last over for Vincent, but looking to put the pressure on Bailey.
Vincent in once again to George Bailey. Just strays on the leg side there, and George Bailey can't beat the fielders in close. I think that is Freitag who just picked that one up. It will be interesting to see how positive George Bailey is going to play this innings, whether he's just going to try to noodle around the singles or he's really going to look to really get on the front foot and look for boundaries early on in his innings. Obviously South Hobart Sandy Bay are 2 for 50, probably not the position they were looking for going into the 10th over as Vincent comes in. Bit of movement away there and George Bailey just pushes it onto the offside.
Fielded there by Hay.
Good running there from the Hurricanes pair from last night.
Both got starts last night, Josh.
They
But
did.
neither were able to go on with it. Probably just lacking one or two batsmen that went on with a big score last night, the Hurricanes.
Especially with these two who did get a start, especially Doolan at the top of the innings. But it was just a steady flow of wickets, wasn't it, that really hampered the attack against the Renegades bowlers. As Vincent comes in. Doolan just pushed that on to the offside for no run.
Another good over here from Vincent. He's been very economical from his 1.4 overs, just none for 3.
It's been a beautiful bowling effort, hasn't it, from Kingborough so far. So you started with Clive Rose, who started with a maiden, and obviously he's bowled 2 overs for 5 runs, but really the supporting cast has really done well here for him. Vincent.
Upish there from Doolan, but lucky to get away with a single.
Extremely lucky.
Easily just a couple of metres for a straighter, and it would have gone straight to Clive Rose.
Yeah, so Martin has figures of 1 for 16. Wheatley has none for 15. Ward has 1 for 12. And the man bowling right now, Vincent, is none for 4. Last ball of his over.
Another good ball to finish, another dot, and that is a terrific over from Alex Vincent.
That's 10 gone. This is the halfway mark of the South Hobart Sandy Bay innings. They are currently 2 for 52.
At the halfway point of the South Hobart Sandy Bay innings, they are 2 for 52.
So as you can see on the scorecard there, Clark went for 4. Doolan not out there at 27. Willis went. Got a handy 14, and Bailey, the new man out there, who was on 2.
Looks like Tom Martin to continue into his third over from the river end now. I think it's his first from this end, so they're very happy to chop and change the bowlers.
It's good to see the captain's really been aggressive here, and obviously it's working thus far in this innings. Martin comes in from the river end.
Very nice shot again from Doolan for no reward.
Yeah, the problem with Doolan, he's playing some nice strokes out there, but he just can't beat the infield, can he? But when he does beat that infield, it does usually go for the boundary. As we've already discussed, this outfield is just glorious, as we saw last night for the Hurricanes game. Martin in once again.
Flicked away. Won't look for two. Well, they will.
Excellent running there by Doolan.
Oh, yes. Terrific running.
George Bailey didn't look sure that Doolan was going to come back, but Doolan was always sure that he was coming back and made it quite comfortably there. George Bailey could have been in trouble if they'd thrown it to the bowler's end, but luckily that wasn't the case. Doolan moves to 29 off 28 balls, and Martin is 1 for 18 going into the third ball of his over.
No run again from Doolan.
Just slashed to point.
He just looks like he's picking out fielders at the moment, Josh.
He does. He looks in good nick, doesn't he, as we saw last night. But
I think when you're 29 off 29 balls in a 2020, it's probably time to up the ante.
And obviously Kingborough will be definitely trying to avoid anything around what Doolan did to them last time these two teams played in the T20 comp. He got a 70. Martin comes in.
Nice shot again. Might look for two here to the long boundary.
Doolan very keen to get back and does.
It's good running
nice
there.
throw in as well by the outfielder, but Doolan makes that comfortably. Yeah, Doolan obviously made a 70 when these two teams met a couple of weeks ago in this format. Obviously Kingborough will be very aware that they need to get this man out as soon as possible, even though they've started this game extremely well. To continue to do that, they really need this man out. As Martin comes in.
Building there again from Hay. No run again. 5 balls bowled this over now. Only 4 runs off for Martin, so he's been pretty tidy as well.
So what would you say South Hobart Sandy Bay would be aiming for, Ryan, at the conclusion of this innings?
It's hard to tell. They're only going they're going well under a run a ball, so I think at least be hoping for 120.
Probably 130, 140, wouldn't you think? As Martin comes in.
Oh, it's not a bad ball again.
Ball didn't look like it bounced that much, and Doolan just couldn't get the bat on it.
Another good over from Martin, and it's 2 for 56 off now 11 overs.
Yeah, anything around that 130, 140 mark is definitely a good job from South Hobart Sandy Bay from this point.
They may be going quite slow, Josh, but plenty of wickets in the shed.
Most certainly, especially with
a lot of firepower to come.
Especially with the likes of Nichols, Kingston, even Doherty.
Malenko, I think, will be the man they'll send in looking for quick runs. Big hitter.
Yeah, he's beautiful batsman, and obviously bowls very handy overs, Simon Malenko. So I very much understand your point.
Looks like Cameron Wheatley will continue again.
From the Church Street end.
Into his 3rd over.
Hopefully he doesn't start this over with a no ball, as his previous two. As he runs in. To the right hand of Bailey. Oh, that is an absolute jaffa there from Wheatley.
Delivery.
Wow.
That is a special delivery from Cameron Wheatley.
Wow.
George Bailey beaten all ends up.
Just moved away from him. Just a beautiful length. George Bailey, to be fair, really didn't look like he got into his innings, but my God, Wheatley, that is an absolute jaffa.
Let's have a look at the replay here.
Oh, just moved away from him. Oh my
Shades of
goodness.
Ryan Harris, I reckon there.
Ooh. No wonder the captain kept him on.
Just the seam movement, doing it all there for Cameron Wheatley. Massive wicket.
Figures for 1 for 15.
And that delivery will be spoken about for weeks and years to come.
Oh, absolutely. And it does look like Simon Malenko has made his way to the wicket.
I did call it, Josh.
As you did. Call that right.
New batsman in the crease is Simon Malenko.
So obviously South Hobart Sandy Bay are going to really look to get some quick runs because they're really behind the 8 ball at this stage of the game.
Plenty of time for Malenko to come in and
absolutely, but
build
Wheatley
an innings.
Really just sent shudders down the South Hobart Sandy Bay dressing room, I reckon. That is an absolute jaffa of a delivery. Wheatley 1 for 15. George Bailey really couldn't have done much there. Could have probably
Nothing
pushed.
he could have done.
Probably could have pushed to the ball a bit more.
Caught on the crease.
He was definitely caught on the crease, most certainly. Smolenko faces up to the red-hot Wheatley.
Oh, what a way to start again.
God.
Tail is definitely up here for Cameron Wheatley.
You would most certainly think at this stage of the game, Kingborough in the box seat. Wheatley is bowling great, but obviously the likes of Vincent and Ward have really backed up the likes of Rose really well here for the Kingborough Knights. Wheatley comes in once again to the new man Malenko.
Another excellent delivery there.
He's
Doing it all.
He's really got the ball on a string, doesn't he, Ryan?
Absolutely nothing you can do about that. Again, as we look at the replay.
Just moves away a little bit.
Just straightened enough there. Didn't do an awful lot, but just enough to beat the outside edge.
And if you're a Kingborough Knights fan right now, I'm sure you're very happy at home watching this display.
Down the Hewen.
Oh, Wheatley's just bowling absolute gems here. He comes in.
It's a nice shot there from Malenko, and he should get at least 2 here. Don't know if they're going to push for 3.
Malenko looking for 3, but Doolan rightly says no. Kingborough fielders are really up and about there. As you can probably hear on the broadcast, their voices are quite loud, which is understandable, especially after the bowling of Wheatley, who, if you haven't seen, just dismissed George Bailey with an absolute jaffa. Wheatley in to Malenko.
Oh,
Edge
nicked away.
there.
Should just be 1, I'd imagine.
Beats first slip.
Well fielded. Do you think they'll bowl Wheatley out after this over, Josh? I think you just got to get his over it. He's been bowling superbly.
It's a hard one. Obviously, South Hobart, Sandy Bay, you would say that they're probably on the ropes. So you could bowl Wheatley, but then obviously you know what the likes of Malenko and Doolan really can do.
Towards the back end of an innings.
Exactly right. So it's probably a tough one for the captain, but the way he's bowling, especially from this end.
Hasn't really been a week over so far. I'd say all bowlers have contributed.
Most certainly, yeah. The only downside to this bowling performance has been the smattering of no balls and a wide. But other than that, it's just been a beautiful effort from Kingborough thus far in this innings. Doolan is facing to Wheatley. Wider ball there by Wheatley. Just pushed on to the offside by Doolan. And that does bring an end to a very successful over from Wheatley. He has figures for 1 for 18. That's 12 overs gone. South Hobart, Sandy Bay are 3 for 59.
Looks like Alex Vincent swapping ends again, so it's almost as if every bowler's bowled from both ends, making it very difficult to get settled as a batsman here.
Well, clearly it's working, whatever the Kingborough Knights are doing. Bowling some nice line length, as well as all their bowlers really contributing to this cause.
Vincent, 2 overs, none for 4. He's been absolutely superb. Going at 2 and over into 2020.
And if the scores stay like this projected is...
Oh, that's big. That is very big. A crowd chance here. That is out of the ground.
I was only going to say that Kingborough might
absolutely massive there from Simon Malenko.
I was only going to say Kingborough might be only having to chase down 98, but maybe not with Simon Malenko in that kind of mood.
I think we might be getting another ball here. That is a big hit.
Obviously,
from Simon Malenko.
Just advanced down the pitch there.
And that is out of the ground.
Obviously, we do have to reiterate that that is only a 55-metre boundary, so that obviously
doesn't matter, Josh.
Still is a large hit.
Looks very good. Oh, that looks like they got the ball back, actually.
Obviously, some very kind people down here at Bellarive at this time of night. And the ball
they have the excellent work there, fetching that one. But Vincent, he'll be probably won't be bowling there again. I wouldn't have thought, Josh.
Yeah, well, just straight. It was probably just too straight, wasn't it? And Simon Malenko just looked like came down the wicket a little bit.
Just a bit of a wheelhouse delivery there, just right in his wheelhouse.
Well, you called it before the wicket of Bailey that Simon Malenko would come in and be employed as a really just a big hitter here for South Hobart Sandy Bay.
And it is one way of upsetting the rhythm of the bowlers by just going after them. Where's he going to bowl this one, Vincent?
Keeper has come up.
Oh, it's a good comeback there.
That's a beautiful take from the keeper as well. Obviously ensuring that Malenko does stay in his crease. But Vincent has a good comeback.
It's a much better line to Malenko there. Much stronger on the leg side. So.
And obviously in a T20 game, you've got to expect that some bowls maybe hit out of the park, as that one was.
Just got to regroup.
Vincent in once again from the river end. Malenko, big swing, no ding there.
It's gone, beaten everyone there. Ko doing well to not let through any buys. I think it might have just hit him in the leg. And
just look at that replay. Malenko obviously has that big swing.
No,
just hits the end of the fingers of Ko.
Done well to stop a lot of buys there. Vincent will be very happy.
We'll still probably be seething about that first ball of the over though, right? As he comes in once again from the river end. Another swing from
another
Malenko.
six.
Wow,
Another crowd catch opportunity.
Who's taking that?
Who's taking? Oh, no!
Wow.
Put down again, and it looks as though there might be some butter on that hill or something. No one has caught a catch there in the last 2 nights.
That was a good effort though, obviously. Looking quite happy with himself after that drop, but Malenko really just in the wheelhouse again. Probably just hit that a bit more underneath than what the ball before, but
this would have been an absolute specky. Don't think he judged it that well.
Nice attempt there.
Oh no.
Obviously trying to impress the ladies from behind him. Good effort there, but
very unsuccessfully.
Vincent really needs to regroup here as he comes in. Full ball there. You would have thought Malenko probably would have tried to whack that one again, but just nicely just pushes it down the ground onto the offside for 1 run. Malenko has raced to 16 off 9 balls, and South Hobart Sandy Bay are now 3 for 72, really looking in a better position what they were 5 balls ago, weren't they, Ron?
Definitely. The run rate back up now to 5.61, and all of a sudden it's looking okay if Malenko can stay at the crease for a bit longer.
And especially with Doolan, who is arguably set there, 31 off 33. Doolan faces, just tries to glide it off his bat, but can't beat the man at point.
Damage done that over. 13 off it looks like. Vincent, 3 overs, none for 17. 13 bowled, it's 3 for 72.
I'm really just hoping that if another catch does come towards the grassy part of the ground, that someone really can get their hands on it, because as you said, Ryan, it's been a disappointing show from the people down here at Blunston Arena Bellarive over the last couple of nights.
Swapping ends here again.
Movement down there from Malenko, really just pushes down the wicket, but can't beat the man at, I think that's deep point.
You'd have to say he's the most dangerous batsman so far. Malenko, no one else has really got a hold of any bowlers. Doolan still just doing a job, 31 off 34, but you'd have to say that Malenko's the enforcer here in the last 7 overs.
Yeah, you'd think that Doolan's job is really just to make sure that he's there, potentially at the end, especially with we know what power he has as Ward comes in for his second ball. Just beautiful movement there from Ward, as we've seen from the majority of that fast bowling cartel. And as you can hear it probably in the background, the Kingborough boys are quite happy with what's being bowled up by the Kingborough Quicks. That is just an absolute beautiful delivery. Obviously, probably moved too far for Doolan to even think about an edge if he had pushed a little further. Ward comes in, see what he can produce now. That one doesn't seem.
Good running there.
Doolan just scurries through for a single.
I'd definitely be getting Malenko on strike if I'm Doolan. He looks in ominous form here.
You'd be definitely looking to rotate the strike, wouldn't you? Especially Malenko's 17 off 10 bowls, 2 huge sixes.
Just used the 5 bowlers as well. Kingborough haven't needed a 6 bowler. I'd say they've all done their job.
Ward in once again. Boys very happy.
Tails are up here at Blunston.
Tails are extremely up here at Blunston Arena. Malenko looks to swing that one onto the offside, but just beats the outside edge there. Good bowling from Ward. But obviously Malenko gets onto one, there's definitely a chance of clearing the long boundary here at Blundstone Arena towards the Ricky Ponting stand of the ground. Oh,
That's going to be over the top. It's
that's
beaten.
in the gap, but it could be cut
Mid-wicket.
off by the sweeper out there.
Just be 2. Long boundary out to that Ricky Ponting stand end.
Yeah, so Malenko is definitely trying to target that area between the top half of the Ricky Ponting stand and the members stand here at Blundstone Arena.
Putting another man back now. Got a deep forward square leg and now a deep mid wicket and a deep long on, so this might be short here from Ward. No, it's full.
Just glanced.
Oh, and a misfield there at short third man.
That really relieves the pressure, doesn't it? Obviously,
By
the
Martin, I think.
fielder had that one.
Sam Martin with a misfield there.
And that does bring an end to the Ward over. He's got figures of 1 for 16. South Hobart Sandy Bay are 3 for 77. And the current run rate is 5.5. Both of these men are in and set. Doolan 32 off 36. Malenko 20 off 13 with 2 absolutely monster sixes. We can obviously see his intent here.
Clive Rose to continue into his 3rd over now. 2 overs, none for 5. He's been very economical.
Yeah, first over was a maiden, then just 5 singles off the next. His 3rd over from the River End, probably the only bowler that hasn't been chopped and changed around throughout this innings.
Oh, that's out. It's got to hit. Oh.
Just a bottom edge there, probably just off the glove of Malenko, and Malenko
That's a terrific
has
take.
to go. Big swing there, and Clive Rose extremely happy.
Not actually sure how Code has caught that one, but he has. I think it might have just gone into his grill and then...
Yeah, we'll just look at the replay. Obviously, Malenko has a big swing.
Yeah, into the grill and into the knees.
That is extraordinary, isn't
And
it,
then he's
Ryan?
taken it. That is a huge wicket there for Clive Rose and for Kingborough. Malenko has to go for a quick fire 20 off 14 deliveries. Nichols to the crease. South Sandy 4 for 77.
I guess you can say when things are going your way, they really do go your way.
Probably not there for that shot from Malenko. It was a good ball from Rose.
And obviously with the turn that we've seen, that definitely isn't the ball to hit out of the ground. It was too far on the offside, but Malenko had a big swing, as we've seen previously in this innings, and he had to depart. To be fair though, the informed batsman from this South Hobart Sandy Bay team, Nichols, is at the crease. So it'll be interesting to see how he tries to perceive this innings.
Rose in. Oh, and pushed it, that one there. Did Harry Nichols, but he'll beat the cover fieldsman and get back for 2.
Probably what Malenko probably should have done.
Yeah.
Not provide a potential catch for in the cover region, but probably just push it onto the offside.
Still plenty of time left in this innings. 6 overs left. Rose in again. Reverse sweep, and I'll tell you what, if that didn't hit the bat there from Nichols, he would have been in a lot of trouble with an LB shout. Got away with it. Very bold shot, second ball.
Very bold.
Got away with a bit of a bottom edge. The 3rd man there.
Nichols potentially getting his inspiration from the likes of Glenn Maxwell. Doolan now facing Rose, 32 off 36.
Flighted up for that one. And that's
Potential catch, but just lands.
just plugging. Placement there. Bit of a 9-iron shot there from Alex Doolan. Get away with 1, and he's 33 off 37, so he's...
Doolan really probably needs to accelerate a bit more, especially with the run rate just teetering at 5.5 and over. Probably, definitely not where South Sandy were definitely thinking that they'd be at this point.
Another dot ball there from Rose. Going to be hard for Nichols to come in and blaze from ball 1.
Yeah.
That's where the pressure has to come onto Doolan and see what he can do. Another man back now.
Doolan hasn't hit a boundary in quite a long time, really.
3 men back on the leg side.
What a ball there.
Just the single to Nichols.
I think Malenko's downfall was just trying to chase that short boundary on the right of screen. Obviously the ball that he did get out to, wasn't there to hit, and really suffered the consequences, as that does bring an end to a very, very successful over from Clive Rose. He has figures for 1 for 9. South Sandy are 4 for 82 off 15 overs. And as you can see at the bottom of your screen, their projected score currently is 109, which is definitely not where they want to be at this stage of the game.
I think from here, Josh, you'd just be happy, get out of here with 120. I think
120, especially with the likes, the bowlers that they do have in their shed to utilise. Obviously, Kingston, Bell,
Doherty, very economical
exactly
bowler
right, so,
for Tasmania and Australia.
But at this stage of the game, Kingborough definitely got their noses in front.
Vincent to bowl his last over here, figures of 3 for 17. He'll be very happy to see the back of Simon Malenko, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he got absolutely roosted for 2 big ones off his last over. Change of ends though.
That's another big shot though from Nichols. That's a terrific shot.
That goes all the way. All the way.
Not a bad shot for your 5th ball.
Definitely not. Obviously that short boundary, and South Sandy players have definitely looked to target that one. But that's just a bit of a lofted drive, really.
Smart shot with the field up there from Nichols. No danger in that if you got a good piece of it.
Comes in.
And again. That one wasn't taken as well.
Oh,
no.
No.
Dropped there.
That was a great opportunity there from the fielder.
I think it's Riley Backhouse.
I'd be absolutely gutted with that effort. He was all over that one. Got to the point where the ball dropped, but just went through his hands.
Just didn't really get himself into a good position for that one, I don't think. And it'll be four there for Nichols. So he's gone bang, bang.
Will he look to do the same thing as Vincent comes in once again? Gives
and
himself,
that's out.
Beautiful
Fold
delivery.
Him.
What a comeback there from Vincent. Should have had him the ball before, but has to do it himself there. And just a beautiful delivery to Nichols, who has to depart here at Blundstone Arena for 14 off 7.
I'll give you the hot tip, Josh. That'll make Riley Backhouse feel a lot better. He won't be counting any more runs that Nichols has made.
Especially right. South Hobart, Sandy Bay are 5 for 92. Vincent now has figures of 1 for 27. Still has 2 balls to go in this over. As we just look at this replay, just moves away a little bit once it hits the wicket, and
trying to hit that cover boundary again for a 3rd time. I think he chewed off a bit more. No, bit off more than he can chew, isn't it?
You got there in the end.
Yeah, no, struggled.
As you can see, the batsmen are really trying to target that short boundary.
Hamish Kingston in now for the Sharks.
But that short boundary can, as we've seen, be a downfall. Should have been a downfall the ball before for Nichols, but dropped out in the point region. But
Kingston is known for his big hitting, so they could definitely use a couple of lusty blows from him in the last 4 overs.
Yeah, you'd think Kingborough would be extremely happy with this effort. Vincent comes in a little bit shorter there to Kingston. Kingston just gets onto the back foot and just pushes that onto the offside and gets off strike smartly to give the man who has been there from the start, Doolan, strike for this last ball of the over. Doolan's currently 33 off 37. Hasn't looked like he's going to really blaze away, has he? Obviously with the likes of Malenko and Nichols who have come in, really look to do that for him, but might be time for Doolan to really step on the gas. Full ball there.
Again, I think that missed out
Should
there
be
with the fine leg up. If he just got a little bit of bat on that, that was going to be 4.
Just leg buys there, which was signalled by the umpire. As you said, if you got a bat on that, that definitely would have been racing away. But Doolan, my apologies. This will be the last ball of the over, not the last one. As Vincent comes in from the Church Road end. Just a bit of a ramp
opportunity.
Shot there.
Oh, delightful there from Hamish Kingston.
That is absolutely delightful.
Very audacious shot.
It really
second ball, but I like it.
Premeditated that early. Vincent would have obviously seen that when he was getting into his stride.
Again with the fine leg up. Pretty safe shot. Crafty there from the Sharks quick.
Just using the pace of Vincent there. And that does...
Over bowled now. It's 5 for 98. After 16. Vincent finishes with figures of 1 for 32. I'd say he did his job. And he bowled quite well apart from that 1 over.
Yeah, his figures would have looked a lot better if Simon Malenko hadn't made his way to the crease, really. But
So it'll be Tom Martin to bowl out now from the river end.
yeah, as you said, he did an excellent job for Kingborough.
Figures of 1 for 20 off 3 for Martin. That's a terrific shot. That's going to be 4. Absolutely tremendous shot there
No saving that one.
from Alex Doolan, and to say that was due would probably be an understatement.
Probably one of the biggest you've talked about tonight, obviously.
It was a terrific shot, but need more where that came from, does Alex Doolan.
It's probably a bit more of an understatement, I reckon. They need that in absolute droves here. South Hobart, Sandy Bay.
And again,
As you can see, Doolan really looking to accelerate here. Looks for
push
two
for 2.
and will get there.
Kingston a good runner between the wickets and very quick there.
Vincent just, I should say, Martin takes off the bails, but obviously no juice there for the bowler. We can really see Doolan's plan now for the last 4 overs of this game. Really try to attack the bowlers.
Flick down to third man, drew the full shot there.
Just a bit of an
Just be
outside
the
edge.
one. They did have the 5 out, but let's see the field now for Kingston. How many they'll have on the fence. They're allowed 5 out, of course, in a 2020.
You'd assume Kingston would definitely be eyeing off that short boundary.
They do have the deep mid-wicket in place, and also along on the offside you've got a deep point and a very straight third man, just looking probably for that edge more than an actual shot. They do have fine leg up though, so that ramp that he produced so finely last over could be in play here.
Will be interesting to see as Martin starts his run up from the river end.
Yeah, showing his pad there, I think. And scampers through for a single. Will it be given leg byes? No, off the bat. Still with 3 overs to go after this one, and the score on 106. Could they push for maybe 10 and over with the last 3, Josh?
You would think that they'd be trying to aim at that 130, 140 mark. Obviously, halfway through the innings, it didn't look anywhere near, but after the last couple of overs, it's looked almost possible. As Doolan again just gets the outside edge and just goes down to the man at third man for 1 run. That does bring Kingston on strike again.
2 balls left in the over here, and a couple of maximums would be an absolute treat for South Sandy here, I believe.
Yeah, nine runs already off this over. Martin figures of 1 for 29. Last ball just comes in to the right-handed Kingston. Another
The ramp was there.
attempted ramp.
Dot ball.
You called it, didn't you, Ryan?
I did. Execution there wasn't what he was hoping for, though, and it's a good over from Martin. He's bowled out 1 for 29 from his 4. 17 bowled. The Sharks are 5 for 107.
That concludes Tom Martin's spell. He ends with 1 for 29 off his 4.
So Cameron Wheatley will be bowling out as well here.
Continue from the Church Street end.
Figures of 1 for 16. Bowled beautifully. Obviously got that prize wicket of George Bailey with an absolute jaffa. So we'll be looking to continue on with his great work from earlier on as he comes in to Doolan.
Oh, it was teasing again. Clive Rose at cover, just lollied out to deep cover point for 1. And another note, all bowlers have taken a wicket, so it's been a very good team performance bowling wise from the Kingborough Knights.
Yeah, no more than 1 wicket, but just the 1 wicket. It's a very nice looking column for a Kingborough, isn't it?
It is.
Kingston are facing again. Wheatley, second ball of the over from the Church Red end. Bowled,
And gone again.
and that does muck up the
It does.
does muck up the wickets column for us, but Kingston must depart. 6 for 4. Wheatley now 2 for 19. South Hobart Sandy Bay are probably reeling it. 6 for 108.
Doolan now really has to be the man, I think it might be Xavier Doherty coming to the crease.
Obviously handy with the bat, but probably not. He probably wasn't really looking to come in here, but being forced by this absolutely beautiful bowling effort from the Kingborough Knights players, led by Wheatley, who now has 2 wickets to his name. The likes of Vincent Ward,
just nice
Martin
and full
Rose.
there. Tried to back away Hamish Kingston, and another great delivery from Cameron Wheatley. He's probably been the pick of the bowlers for mine. Got the key wicket at George Bailey early in the innings, but still has a job to do with his last 4 balls here.
Left-handed Doherty just asking for middle.
Got a deep third man, deep cover, deep fine leg, deep mid-wicket and a long on. All 5 out for Doherty.
Really keeping his stumps open here, Doherty, as Wheatley comes in.
Dot ball to start. Definitely can't afford too many dot balls in the last 2.5 overs of the innings. Josh?
One of the only left-handers in this South Sandy lineup. So the bowlers are going to have to adjust here for the last couple of overs if Doherty does continue to stay in here. Wheatley will be looking to change that. So he comes in to Doherty. Doherty looks to advance.
Bit of an inside edge.
And
Going to push for 2 and should get there comfortably, I'd imagine. Good running from Doherty. Well fielded there by Martin.
Doherty looked like he ran around a roundabout at the other end. Really did a big semicircle, but got home comfortably.
Good to see the run rates finally lifted above 6.
Took a while.
It did take a while, so I think that 130 is probably still on the cards here for South Sydney if they can get a couple of boundaries courtesy of Alex Doolan, if he can bring up his 50 hopefully.
Wheatley coming in. Jumps back there by Doherty.
Good running. But again, very well done by the Kingborough Knights. Boundaries have been very few and far between this innings.
Yeah, Doherty's really looking to be proactive early on in his innings. Ball before that he looked to move down the wicket, but then that one he looked to jump back towards his stumps to give himself a little bit more room. And he did scamper through for a single. As you said, Doolan probably is going to be looking to get that 50. Probably needs to if South Hobart Sandy Bay are a chance in this game, really. So Wheatley comes in. Just spooned up onto the offside, but
Still one to finish the over. And that's a terrific spell by Cameron Wheatley. He finishes 4 overs, 2 for 23. South Sandy 6 for 112 off 18 overs.
That's the end of Cam Wheatley's 4 overs.
5 overs to Bully's last now. He's been in terrific nick today. He's 3 overs, 1 for 10. Picking up the wicket of Malenko last over.
he really set the tone, didn't he, from the top of the innings. Started with a maiden, and that really just got Kingborough going. And it's really been all Kingborough besides that little spell from Malenko right in that middle.
Bit of a flurry.
Yeah, where he hit 2 sixes in an over towards the mound. As Rose starts his last over. Tossed up there.
Gave himself a bit of room. This could be out.
Man underneath.
Oh no. And that's going to be 4.
Oh no. He was underneath it.
I think that might be Ward.
Oh.
Again, just didn't get himself set for that one. That'll disappoint Rose, but
probably the only downside of this Kingborough effort besides the...
Not a bad shot to the long boundary from Doolan, but...
The fielding just really hasn't been up to scratch.
Probably should have been taken as Rose comes in again.
Oh.
Not sure if that actually came off the bat or not. Yes.
Doolan really trying his luck out there at the moment while he's trying to move towards his 50. He's currently 48 off 46. South Hobart Sandy Bay really should have had that wicket, but now still 6 for 117. I should say Kingborough should have had that wicket. Bit of movement in the field. Just man moving onto the leg side.
Oh no. Oh no.
Doherty just looking at a bit of... Oh, Doherty. He just...
Barbecued. That is a barbecue, Josh.
He's
hit it and run.
Would you say the coach has told him a bit of Tiffany's out in play
I'd
out there?
say. That was...
He's really just, as you'll see on the replay that's going to be shown in a sec, he really just hit the ball and just started running. Doolan just didn't want to bar of it, but just didn't have an opportunity.
Absolutely no run there, if you ask me.
Look, just Doherty
straight to Clive Rose.
Doherty.
And that is one of the easiest run-outs that he'll have in his career, I'd imagine.
Oh, Doherty would be absolutely furious with himself, but he only has himself to blame because he just played a little bit of tippity. Obviously, Clive Rose giving him a bit of tongue-in-cheek out there.
Looks like Gabe Bell to the crease now, and that really hurt South Sandy with the last over or so. They needed someone there to try and hit big, but...
Well, I really don't know what Doherty was trying to do.
Just gets worse every time you watch it, doesn't it?
He hit it way too close to Clive Rose. Firstly, don't even contemplate a single. That's extraordinary there from Doherty. Obviously, you can definitely see why he's known as a bowler, not a batsman.
Gable has played a lot of defensive innings for Tassie and the Shield side. We'll need him to see a few big bombs if he can provide the big man.
Yeah, massive fan of Gabe Bell as he faces his first ball from Clive Rose.
Just get the one there. Doherty pushes. Good runner between wickets, Xavier Doherty.
As we've just seen, he's very keen to
maybe
get
not. Maybe not.
Very keen to get to the non-strikers end really in this game.
Maybe the communication is a bit of an issue for him.
Oh, it's amazing. Rose comes in.
Oh,
big
he's
swing,
got loaded up there. Did Gabe Bell.
Whew.
Last ballie over here for Rose. 7 and a wicket off it.
Gabe Bell looking to swing to that.
A bit of room. Just the one.
Yes.
And again, a terrific spell from Clive Rose. He finishes his 4, 1 for 18. And after 19 overs, the Sharks in a bit of trouble. 7 for 120.
But obviously we won't know how poor or good this Sharks batting attempt has been until we see Kingborough bat.
You know what they say, the old cliche, can't judge a wicket until both sides bat on it, Josh?
It's very true. Obviously you're very much a cliche man, aren't you? Aren't you, big fella? So it will be Ward to bowl the last over from Church Street end. Gabe Bell is facing. If he's looking to roost one onto the leg side, he will have to hit to the long boundary towards the Ricky Ponting stand. As Ward comes in. Gives himself a bit of room.
Oh, that's a drop catch from Code there.
Obviously an absolute tough chance there because Bell didn't look like he was going to hit it there, but just got the outside edge and...
Would have been an absolute screamer from Matt Code there.
Would have been the second that he's taken this innings.
Yes. Another good ball there from Ward, so he'll be looking to redeem himself after his drop catch last over. Good opportunity for the young man though.
Ward in again to the left-handed Xavier Doherty. Doherty gives himself some room.
That's gonna race away.
Bit of an opportunity there at backward point, but that does race away to the boundary.
Just a small gap there between the short there man and the backward point, but he's been able to pierce it. Xavier Doherty, valuable boundary.
It's funny to think that the two major misfields that Kingborough have have really resulted in a wicket straight after. So no runs have really been leaked after two pretty easy catches that went down. But lucky for those fieldsmen, no hard done by really. Ward coming in again, left-handed Xavier Doherty from the Church Street end. Doherty gives himself some room to hit to that small boundary and just...
It's great fielding there.
Doherty a little bit...
Excellent running. Oh, and did that hit him? Well, no, it might have hit Code.
Yeah, Doherty didn't look like he really wanted to go for that second, but was forced really by Gabe Bell. Obviously, Gabe Bell probably the quicker out of the two.
I'd say Xavier Doherty's probably more chance of hitting a boundary in the last few balls. So
definitely.
Good idea to have him on strike to Ward here. 3 balls in the innings to go.
Ward just standing at the top of his mark. Xavier Doherty just taking his time to look around the field and make sure he knows where all the fieldsmen are. Doherty facing.
It's a good ball.
That's an excellent ball there from Ward.
Going to push Doherty for 2 again. Oh, no, he's in it.
Oh, no. Oh, that's really just... God, I could say that... You probably could say that ever since Doherty has really made it to the crease, it's really been chaos between
It has been chaos, but I think they've needed it. I think they've needed someone to try and push the scoreboard up, and I think they might have just had a few overs where it was just
I don't know if
floating.
Doolan would be thinking that way after Doherty really just left him stranded last over.
Throw by Code, never. Well, he did hit the stump, but it was never any danger of running out Bell.
Fielder just threw it to the wrong end as Ward comes in. Doherty.
Oh, that's big. No, it's not.
Fielder's getting underneath it, and another dropped catch. Another dropped catch
and it's
there.
for...
Oh, no.
Who was that there? It's 4 more to Doherty, but with 1 ball to go.
It will be interesting to see if this ball does come with a wicket.
So we look at the replay here. Loaded himself up to aim for that short boundary, and 2 fielders came in. Could have been very dangerous there, but
just another drop catch, really. Just
Backhouse and Rose.
bit of a sour note, really, for the Kingborough Knights. As Ward comes in.
Last ball of the innings.
Full toss, slashed onto the offside. Doherty looks like he's wanting to come back.
That'll be out, I'd imagine.
Doherty will be out. And Kingborough are quite ecstatic with their effort, but South Hobart Sandy Bay have really recovered to get 8 for 34. As Doherty has been run out on the last ball of the innings.
Just a mini recovery at the end there, led by Xavier Doherty for the Sharks, and now they've got something to bowl at in the second innings.
Yeah, just an absolute delight to watch, really, from the Kingborough bowlers. Really did a great job out there. And they really led well by Clive Rose, who started off the innings with a maiden. But really, all the bowlers really did a job, and that means that South Hobart Sandy Bay finished their innings on 134. We will be back soon with the reply from Kingborough. See you soon. Welcome back to Blunstone Arena, Bellarive. For the second half of this clash, Kingborough's run chase will be as followed. South Hobart Sandy Bay made 8 for 134 off their 20 overs. Wheatley really doing the damage with the ball for Kingborough, picking up 2 for 23. As well as Clive Rose really doing a great job. Started the innings great. Ended on figures of 1 for 18. And it will be interesting to see how Kingborough attack this run chase, Ryan. Yeah,
it looks like Gabe Bell will be taking the new ball. Still slightly a bit under par, I'd imagine, the South Sandy batting. But, you know, they've got the runs on the board. You never know.
Exactly right. And obviously, we've seen throughout this competition that 134 is more than enough if your bowlers are up to the task. And we will see that within the next 20 overs.
Plenty of quality in the South Sandy bowling outfit as well, with Gabe Bell, Hamish Kingston, Malenko, Doherty. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, obviously been in those 4 of really big names around Cricket Tasmania circles, aren't they? Gabe Bell really does like this river end, as we've seen throughout the Shield cricket season thus far. And it will be interesting to see how he does start. Obviously, the quicks for Kingborough really did a great job, obviously getting that ball to really zip off the wicket.
Looks like I've got Freitag and Riley Backhouse opening the batting for the Kingborough Knights. Plenty of quality in their batting lineup also, so be interesting to see how Gabe Bell approaches this one.
One slip in for the right-handed Gabe Bell.
Starts well with a bit of in-swing.
Good start there.
Interesting field location there for George Bailey, especially with very short point.
Very short, yeah.
Pretty regulation field for Bell. Just the third man and fine leg back on the fence as he comes in. And another good ball, and very lucky to get away with that one. It was Freitag.
Very lucky is definitely the terms that I would definitely use with that shot. That was really a putrid shot, really.
Just fell in between mid-off and cover there. Very high on the bat.
Okay, Bell looking dangerous early, and obviously we know the talent that South Hobart Sandy Bay do have in their fielding stocks, like the likes of George Bailey out there. So
bit of swing here for Bell also.
expect some catches to come.
Oh, bit of a shout from behind the stumps, but nothing doing from the umpire. Just
Gabe Bell wasn't interested in that straight away. Just went back and started walking towards the top of his mark.
maybe a bit of pad in it, if anything, but still a good start for the Sharks here. 3 dot balls to start the innings. Might be another maiden like Clive Rose's first over. Bell comes in. That's another good ball.
You can
4
really
dot balls here.
You can really see the intent from Freitag, though, even though he hasn't really connected with one thus far in this innings. Really trying to hit the ball onto his offside, which is the short boundary at this ground at the current time with this pitch.
I think that's where Bell will look to be bowling, especially with that stacked cover region. They've got point cover and extra cover. As Bell comes in again. That's a bit of a wild one, just a wide. Missed that one up, missed out there, Freitag, but
So the last time these two teams met in the T20 competition, Kingborough really relied heavily on the likes of Nathan Reardon, who isn't playing tonight, but got a very handy 74. So obviously they'll need to do some batting here without him.
another good ball there. Just cut him in half, Gabe Bell. Just that natural in-swing. Causing a bit of trouble for Freitag.
You're really just not giving him enough room to move, is he? Just blocking him up.
Not a lot you can do with that ball. Maybe just nudge it into the shortish mid-wicket area for 1 or 2, but
That's what I was going to suggest, but
not a ball you can hit a boundary off, I wouldn't have thought.
not this early on in the innings anyway.
Bell went in again, and it's another good ball. And just the wide off the over. Terrific start for the Sharks. 1 over bowled. Kingborough are none for 1.
So excellent start from Bell there. Freitag really looking to swing to that shorter boundary. Just couldn't connect. That does look like Kingston is coming in from the Church Street end.
Bowler from the Church Street end is Hamish Kingston.
Hamish Kingston will really be looking to do exactly what Gabe Bell did down the other end and really ensure that Backhouse can't get away this early on in the innings. As Kingston now starts his run up. Backhouse. Full ball there.
Just a wide ball. Just a bit of a loosener
Very much so.
from Hamish Kingston. Got a slip in place, so pretty attacking field. Just the deep mid-wicket and deep third man.
Yeah, we saw Kingborough start with a slip for the first couple of overs, but that definitely left after the power play period was over. Saw a couple of edges fly that way though. As Kingston comes in for the second ball of his over. But
Well played there.
just beats the man at backward point.
And that will be 4. That raced away there. Very clever shot there from Riley Backhouse. Just beating the man at point, and wasn't fine enough that the third man fieldsman could get there either. So that's a good way to start his innings.
Beautiful shot there from Backhouse. Just cut through backward point. Just bet the man, I think it's George Bailey in that area. As Kingston comes in once again. A bit straighter there. And Backhouse just pushes it onto the leg side for no run. That was an excellent shot, wasn't it?
It was.
Kingborough now none for 6. Chasing 135, I believe it is.
Who would you rather be, Josh? Would you rather be Kingborough or would you rather be South Sandy?
I'd probably rather be South Sandy just because runs on the board, and we all know how good this this attack is from South Sandy, but obviously Kingborough really bowled well, so we'll see.
Oh, and good ball
Backhouse.
there. Oh, Ranak could be on. No. It's a good call there from Freitag to call through Backhouse there. Just a little dab, if anything, from Backhouse, but
Backhouse was extremely slow to move, though.
Clark, the wicketkeeper, with an errant throw towards the non-striker's end. Oh no, looks like it is Martin, the keeper, sorry.
Freitag facing Kingston bowling.
Oh,
Big swing. Freitag is really trying to have a bit of a dip here with the bat.
Not sure how that missed the stumps there, Josh.
I'm not sure how he hasn't connected on one yet. He's a lot of swings thus far. Firstly to Gabe Bell and now to Hamish Kingston. But
We did see this in the first innings, though. Very slow start from the batting sides.
Yeah, Freitag really just not connecting. Obviously trying to target that shorter boundary on his leg side as Kingston comes in once again.
It's a good ball, but that is 4. Just maybe a fraction shorter than what he wanted. He's probably going for that wide Yorker. And then Hamish Kingston, and Freitag backs away, slams that 3-point for 4.
That was just a beautiful shot, wasn't it?
Field up.
As we just look at the replay, just a little bit wider there from Kingston.
I think he was just trying to go a little bit fuller.
Maybe the wide Yorker even on. So Hamish Kingston comes in. Freitag really on the attack here.
Points, that's a big woolly whoosh from Nathan Freitag, but nothing doing. Dot ball to finish the over.
Freitag really just trying to whack the ball out of the stadium. Just isn't working though. Just look at the replay. Big swing, no ding there from Freitag.
Get the front leg out of the way and throw the kitchen sink.
Looks like it's a bit of the Brendan McCullum motto, really, but Freitag...
He's trying to become a bash brother. Gabe Bell to continue from the river end.
It's 2 overs gone. Kingborough none for 11, yeah. Like you said, Ryan, Gabe Bell will continue from the river end. Backhouse facing, he's 5 off 3. As Bell comes in.
Nice shot there from Backhouse. No run though, straight to the point. Fieldsman. I think that might be Simon Malenko at point. No, it might be Alex Doolan actually. Doolan, crafty little 48 today.
Yeah, it was run out in absolutely dramatic circumstances by the left arm of Xavier Doherty.
Gabe Bell in again here. And that, it's straight through it. Oh, it was
second opportunity for a caught and bowled here in this game.
It came back at him at a rate of knots there.
You would probably back Gabe Bell to take one of those catches though, wouldn't you? Just come straight back to his face where his hands would normally go when the ball's coming back, and he probably should have
should
have clunked that.
It either sticks or it doesn't though, Josh. It's
yeah.
You feel pretty unlucky if you get out, if you're Riley Backhouse there.
Most certainly.
Bell in again here. Oh, that's cut him in half again. He can do it to the left and right-hander. Can Gabe Bell?
Just looking at that previous ball again with that caught and bowled opportunity.
Thumped back, and yeah, it either sticks or it doesn't there.
Almost had that. Probably would be disappointed, Gabe Bell. Got 2 hands to it and just slipped out at the last moment.
Bell in again here for the 4th ball of the over. Oh, that's cut him in half again.
Backhouse looks like he's just been a little bit stuck on the crease.
Yeah, just struggling to play him here. I think he's just trying to glide him through the point region, and it's way too close to his body to be able to do anything like that.
Just look at that ball again from Gabe Bell, an absolute ripper. Just zips in.
Oh yeah, definitely cut it. It definitely jagged in.
Just went over the stumps really.
It did.
Backhouse has really just got stuck on the crease. Feet not moving anywhere early on in his innings.
Bell in again here.
Backhouse 5 off 7.
It's a wide one. It's a wide ball, but the only
calls it accordingly.
Only runs off Bell have been extras so far. He's been very tidy in terms of no runs off the bat. The Tasmanian Shield opening bowler. 2 balls left in the over. Kingborough none for 12. Better there from Backhouse. You can see he's definitely trying to eye off that point region, just sweating on anything short and wide.
Just a little bit of movement away again from Bell. Just getting the ball to talk away and in. So it's a bit of a difficult time there from this opening pair in Freitag and Backhouse.
Last ballie over here for Gabe Bell. And it's a leg by, but it's called through by Nathan Freitag, and Backhouse will maintain the strike. 3 overs bowled now. Kingborough no wicket for 13.
Change bowler at the Church Street end is Simon Malenko.
Looks like it's Simon Malenko to start from the Church Street end. Backhouse will be the man that's facing up. Malenko with a couple of huge sixes early on in his innings before he got dismissed. As he comes in, full ball there. Backhouse just pushes it onto the offside for no run. What did you make of Simon Malenko's quick fire innings?
Well, it was entertaining, I'd give you that much, Josh.
Absolutely.
A couple of crowd catch opportunities put down once again by, by the Hobart faithful. But
to be fair, one did probably make its way closer to the street, but there was definitely one great opportunity.
Yes.
Put down.
You could say there were catches dropped on the field and off the field.
You could say that, most certainly. As Malenko comes in again to Backhouse. Big swing.
Oh,
no ball.
A no ball.
Oh, no.
It would have been out. Caught it slip there. That's why they've got the slip in.
Oh, we saw that Kingborough really struggled early on in their innings with no balls from the Church Street end. We'll just look at the replay. Clear no ball. Oh, just comes off the bat, flies to first slip. Oh, Malenko will be ruining that opportunity, as would South Sandy captain.
Free hit now for Riley Backhouse.
Malenko has a bit of a wry smile on his face before he runs in. As Backhouse faces. Big swing.
It.
Nearly takes out his batting partner, and that will make it to the fence. Beautiful.
Save your legs.
Absolutely, that was 4 from the time it hit the bat. As long as it didn't hit his partner down the other end as he just got out of the way. Did Nathan Freitag.
That just shows how costly the no balls can be in this game, Josh.
Absolutely. Malenko in once again. Needs to recover here. Backhouse, big swing, no ding. And the ball makes its way to the keeper for no run. It's been really an interesting game, hasn't it? Obviously, you would say that Kingborough really dominated with the ball, but South Hobart Sandy Bay really did a good job to really set the total of 134.
It was a late flurry, wasn't it? Xavier Doherty just really through his running more than anything, I'd say.
His
intent.
His will to get through. So Malenko comes in. Backhouse facing. Shorter ball. Top edge.
Should be out.
Should be taken.
And it is.
Beautiful there.
Backhouse has to go.
Probably one of the only catches that we've seen taken throughout this innings,
Very
really.
good point, yes.
And that does bring an end to the Backhouse innings. He goes for 9. Kingborough are 1 for 18.
Sean Willis that took that one there at cover, just high on the bat. It's always going to be hard to hit it from where he was.
Safe as houses, they say about Willis.
Very safe pair there from Sean Willis. First wicket gone. It's 1 for 18 here at Blunston Arena.
We'll just look at that replay once again. Just a shorter ball there from Malenko, and really just didn't time that one, did he?
Got a bit big on him there.
Bigger than a beach ball.
And out with one Backhouse and in with another, with Mitch Backhouse coming to the crease now. I think they did cross though, so Freitag will be on strike.
Malenko bowling to the left-hander. Another shorter ball there from Malenko, and just Freitag just pushes that towards George Bailey at point for 1 run. So as we've seen, the opportunities that have gone from the bowling team with wickets going begging really. Haven't really cost them, have they?
No, I'd say that both teams have dropped catches. Both teams
have got wickets
in hand.
Not that long after when that wicket has gone down. So obviously Malenko bowled a no ball when a wicket should have gone down earlier. As he comes in. Good ball there.
That's
Big
a good shout,
there from
and it's
Malenko.
been given.
Wowee, what a bowling effort from Malenko. 2 wickets in this over.
Wade Stewart happy to give that one, and Backhouse has to go for a golden.
Wow, absolute scenes here. South Hobart Sandy Bay have really come back in this game, looking in all sorts, probably the 10 over mark of their innings, but we'll just look at this replay once again. Bit of movement into the
Yeah, definitely pitching in line, probably hitting the top of leg stump, I'd imagine. Good call there from Wade Stewart.
And Malenko very happy with that decision. Just look at that one once again.
Was it pitching in line, Josh?
I believe it is. It just zips back. It's just that movement off the wicket, as we saw with that Kingborough innings as well. Malenko extremely happy with that decision.
Definitely see why that's been given.
Absolutely.
Dylan Hay to the crease now.
Some work to do here for Kingborough, really in all sorts after losing those 2 wickets in that Malenko over. And that is obviously the end of that Malenko over. He finishes that one with 2 for 6.
Okay, Bell to continue into his 3rd now. He's none for 2 off. He's 2.
And Kingborough really on the ropes here.
Also Dylan Hay to the crease at the non-strikers, recently represented Tasmania at the Under-19s Carnival.
It's good to see a bit of youth in this team.
But again, Bell just 2 runs from his 2 overs, both wides. Very hard to score off him. It's being shown. 2 for 19, Kingborough. And big again, and they've still persisted with that slip in place. Josh, into the 5th over.
I can't really remember a ball that Freitag hasn't really chucked the kitchen sink at. We'll just look at that replay.
Looks like he's just struggling for timing at the moment.
Yeah, maybe didn't have his number of throwdowns before the game, but Freitag really struggling out there to really just get the bat on ball. And maybe that is due to how well Gabe Bell is bowling here.
Comes in again, 3rd ball of his over. It's another one. That one's just, he's tried to dab at. He's played and missed a few. Nathan Freitag, the captain.
Yeah, Freitag just left the washing out there for a little bit. But
have to give credit to the bowling. It's been
superb. But
very good so far.
I think it's been superb throughout this entirety of this game. Kingborough bowled extremely well throughout their innings, and now South Sandy are really doing the job here.
Belly in again.
Freitag,
he's finally got a hold of one, and that will be a 1 bounce 4. Straight over the cover. And he's been trying to rehearse that one for the last couple of overs, and he's got a hold of it.
He's finally connected there, Freitag, and as you can see, the whole kitchen sink really went to that offside.
Got a good piece of it. Safe shot over the infield.
Especially that short boundary that he's targeting. And like you said, 1 bounce.
Any decent contact, and it'll be 4.
Yeah, the problem with him, though, he hasn't been contacting at all.
He's gone again. That's a great shot. Straight over the bowler's head.
That looked like it was coming straight towards us in our commentary position here at Blundstone Arena.
That's a terrific shot from Freitag, and he's had enough practice. He's starting to capitalise now. 2 fours and 2 balls.
It's an absolute ripple. Just look at that replay as it just looks like it just comes straight back to the camera.
Bang.
Freitag didn't look like he was going to move off his...
Just likes getting the front leg out of the way and giving it a big heave.
Yeah, well, as you said before, he's had quite a lot of practice. So.
Last ball over here for Bell. And that is... Oh, it's dropped. Oh, no. Another one goes down, and that could prove to be costly. Barely regulation from first slip. I think it might have been Clark. Let's have a look at that again. He's just backed away, played the same shot, tried to cut that one. And it's just big.
You wouldn't say
yeah, it was Clark. And
you wouldn't say that's a hard catch, really, in the slip region,
more or less straight to him. And...
probably as hard as the Mitch Marsh effort we saw in the Perth Test.
Well, that could be costly. Looks like Malenko will continue. Freitag starting to get a move on with it now. He's 14 off 16 deliveries. Coming in from the Church Street end. Oh, he's chopped on. Oh, that's out. One too many big heaves from Nathan Freitag, and Malenko gets his man. He's just gone for the big heave again, and just an inside edge on the stumps. A big wicket. Let's have a look at it again. Huge wicket.
Malenko has really been the story of this game. Obviously came out in his innings, hit 2 monster sixes, and Simon Malenko now has picked up another wicket.
3 for 28 now. The Kingborough Knights, and well, backs against the wall here. It's going to take something special to get out of this little hole that they're in, Josh.
It's a big hole.
Looks like it's Sam Martin to the crease now. Big job to do.
Malenko figures of 3 for 6.
Outstanding, absolutely outstanding.
Extraordinary. He's really come to play here for South Hobart Sandy Bay Sharks as he comes in once again to the new batsman.
Oh,
little bit of
playing and
movement
missing.
away.
Yes.
Martin just in 2 minds there whether to leave that one or have a dab at. Did neither. The ball went past as we just look at that replay once again.
Just chopped on. He's gone the big hoik again. And
Freitag really does like the hoik, doesn't he?
He does like a hoik. Didn't pay off for him this occasion. Malenko probably been the form player of the match so far, fair to say.
Yeah, did his job with the bat, now doing it with the ball. As he comes in.
Oh, another good delivery.
But the wicket is really just providing the bowlers a bit of movement.
It certainly is, Josh.
It all started with Clive Rose and that Kingborough innings really getting some nice turn off the wicket.
Bit of grip, yeah.
Bit of grip, yeah, and then the fast bowlers throughout this game have really got the ball to talk off the wicket.
Yeah, the quickies from Kingborough were very impressive.
Not too much swing, but just a little bit of seaming.
Yeah, off the pitch.
Malenko gets to the top of his mark.
2 new batsmen.
Martin facing. Just strays onto the leg side there, and Martin just pushes it onto that side for 1 run. 2 new batsmen, as you just said, Ryan.
Big job to do. Just got to build a partnership here again, I think. Just
Yeah,
got to
don't think they've got any other option, do they, really?
No,
really?
they don't. But we were criticising the South Sandy power play. They'd lost 1 wicket for about 30 or so runs. Kingborough have lost 3 for 29 in their power play. So Malenko comes in again.
Oh,
Squared up hay there. It's a very good ball.
good bowling here from Simon Malenko. Obviously been very much a fringe player out of that Tasmanian side this season for the Shield, and obviously doing a great job for South Hobart Sandy Bay this season.
Got a second slip in here, Josh, with George Bailey dropping into a...
First time we've seen this today.
Yes. Probably a wise move with 2 new batsmen at the crease.
And obviously safe as houses George Bailey is with his hands. Malenko in.
Oh, caught it. Good running from the 2 batsmen there. Some power play done now. Kingborough 3 for 30.
I think the concern for Kingborough is their first game that they played of this 2020 competition, where they slumped to 7 for 93 when they were playing UTAS. And obviously they won't want to repeat that after doing so well to get to this grand final, especially beating Lindisfarne last round, which was quite exciting for everyone that was watching and involved in that game. And obviously they don't want to throw it away after their bowlers did such a great job to really restrict the South Hobart Sandy Bay batsmen to a chaseable score, wouldn't you say, Ryan?
I agree. Clive Rose, the hero in that game against Lindisfarne, to get Kingborough into the final. Of course, South Sandy, the standout T20 side,
especially with
of
their
competition.
lineup.
Yes. easily on top of the ladder. Xavier Doherty into the attack here, former international off-spinner. Very economical bowler comes in.
Just a bit of a false start there from Xavier Doherty.
And looks like the music's still going here.
It's a good song.
Can understand
If that's your
why the batsman's a bit thrown off there.
The music's still struggling to go off. I think the DJ's having a bit of trouble. As just now being rectified.
Doherty comes in. And that'll be a couple. Just a bit short there from Doherty.
But a bit of movement off the seam, as we saw with Clive Rose bowling from that end.
Much easier to play the spinners off the back foot. Especially when they're short.
Especially when they're bowling that short, isn't that right, Ryan?
I reckon the sound booth guys will be putting the music in the golf bag for a while. Probably dabble into that. Another one there for Dylan Hay. Doherty comes in. Cut away towards backward point, but no run. Pretty good start here from Xavier Doherty. Oh, it's going to be hard to score. It's just past the short cover. Comes down to long off where Gabe Bell fields that one, but really it's just ones at the moment. Hard, again, boundaries hard to come by. It seems like it's been a common theme through both innings, Josh.
I think I'm more interested in seeing when the music comes back on. It's Doherty just moving around his field on the offside.
Oh, it's dragged down that one, but into the pitch. Just one more to Hay.
Yeah, it's really moving off the wicket, isn't it? Obviously not just for the spinners, but the pace bowlers, as we've mentioned probably too many times throughout this game thus far, but it's really been prominent.
Doherty last ball of the over here, comes in, cut away again. Probably just been a fraction short this over Xavier Doherty, but gets away with the over. 6 off it. 7 bowled, Kingborough 3 for 36.
Looks like it will be Nichols.
Don't see Nichols bowl too often, so this will
very interesting.
Bit of a change up here.
He will be starting from the Church Street end. Just having a little bit of a chat there. Looks like it is Willis. Obviously probably didn't make the impact that he was probably wanting to with the bat. So
a couple of nice shots over cover, but then...
was a couple of nice shots, but then dismissed quite early in his innings.
Nichols comes in. Let's drag that one down, and that'll be 4.
That is an excellent shot, wasn't it, Ryan?
Yeah,
just really just jumped onto the back foot.
Yeah, it was there to hit.
Just short.
Not a great ball at all from Nichols, but...
Well, you did say that Nichols doesn't really bowl regularly, and that could be...
I feel like they're just trying to rush through and over here without much damage, but balls like that
just short ball. I would even go as far to say that is a prominent pie there.
It's probably a bit of a donkey drop, but that's okay. Nichols comes in again. And
another short ball, and the same. That is deja vu, people. That is same shot exactly, and that has made it to the exact same point on the ground. George Bailey probably picking it up again.
I think the point of this over was bowling left arm off spin to the right hands just to rush through and over, cramp their room, just go for 7 or 8 possibly. He's already gone for 2 boundaries, so plan not really coming off here for South Sandy. Nichols comes in again.
Full toss there.
Probably more what they were after. Just the single.
What would you rather, a full toss or a short ball
probably
into the pitch?
Based on that, probably just the full toss, I'd say.
Yeah, well, when you look at the result, yeah, you're probably right. Personally, I'd probably like a fuller one that actually gets it onto the pitch, but Anyway, we can always dream. As Nichols comes in.
Better there from Nichols.
That is a better ball. Probably what I was probably after. Bit of a mix-up there from the batsman. But no hard done by there.
2 balls left in this over now from Harry Nichols. It's a better ball again. Just be 1 out to deep point. Just trying to limit the damage here in this last ball of the over. Building a nice little partnership here though, Martin and Hay.
Yeah, it was needed, wasn't it, after the collapse of 3 wickets early on. Last ball. Doesn't quite get the spin that Xavier Doherty was extracting from the other end, but that does bring an end to that Nichols over.
Very eventful over.
Bloody oath. He goes for...
I think it might have been just the 9 or
10.
10 off the over.
10,
yeah.
I think.
Doherty will continue from the river end. Kingborough 3 for 46 off 8 overs. So pretty much on track so far. They keep building this partnership. Okay, wickets in the shed. Doherty comes in. Cut away again by Martin. Just the one. Bit of a game of chess so far. It's just who's going to make the big first move.
It's probably a plan
Josh.
from Doherty though to pull it a bit short and into the wicket, so then the batsmen aren't really hitting it to the shorter boundary
He's
of
not
the
going to
ground.
get hit for a boundary, is he?
No.
Very crafty bowler. It's a
As
good
we
shot.
say that.
Didn't get all of it. Should get. Oh no.
Just
No,
one
get back
run.
for 2.
Yeah, clearly not as quick or as energised as Xavier Doherty was
No.
when he was batting. Obviously running out his partner Alex Doolan when he was on 48, but Doherty bowling a bit inconsistent here. He'll be looking to making sure he does a good job here.
That's a better ball.
Absolutely. That is a ripping ball.
Going on with the arm there. Hay just tried to cut that away behind point, but George Bailey patrolling that region. Doherty in again here. Oh, it's a good ball. Just held that one back a bit there. Went for a bit more flight, bit more...
Yeah, just a little bit slower there.
Yeah, a bit slower through the air. Good change up there from Doherty. Oh, just tried to sweep that one, but it's going to be a wide ball. Just missing that leg stump line I think that he might have been going for. Also, Hay missed out on that sweeping opportunity with no one behind square leg. Doherty in again, and again asking questions of the batsman all the time, Doherty.
So Martin has already gone past his top score in this competition. His previous top score was just 6. So he's made it on to 11. This is his 4th game in the competition.
Just popping in looks like Thompson going to a 45, short fine leg there. Doherty in again. Should get 1 there, Hay, and does. So that's the over bowled. Kingborough 3 for 50.
That brings up the 50 for Kingborough after 9 overs. Change bowler of the Church end is Wills Thompson.
Wills Thompson into the attack now. The Nichols spell was short-lived.
Understandable as well after the first 2 balls of that over that was just pulled for 4, pretty much identical. So like you said, Ryan, there is a change of the bowling. Thompson will be coming in from the Church Street end of Blunstone Arena. Beautiful night down here as well. Good to see quite a few people out at the ground.
Big lanky left armour.
Just that'll be called a wide there. Not the start that you would probably be after if you're a fan of South Hobart Sandy Bay right now. But thus far they've bowled pretty well. Besides that Nichols over, you would say, Ryan.
Yeah, no, I think they've been very good, but it was the same for Kingborough as well. Their bowlers, as we keep saying, excellent job. So Thompson will come in again.
4 ball there, just pushed onto the offside, and that just will be the 1 run. for Hay.
Just happy to keep ticking it over here for the next couple of overs. I think Kingborough, they won't be too phased. The required run rate's only at 7.7 at the moment, so it's not out of hand by any means.
It will be interesting to see who does play the Simon Malenko role in this Kingborough batting lineup. Obviously, we saw when Simon Malenko came to the crease after I think George Bailey was dismissed by an absolute ripper by Wheatley. He really just catapulted that run rate up. And
I think you expect to see Clive Rose play that role.
You've called it. Thompson comes in, short of a length there, and no run, just pushed, I believe, to the man at backward point.
Current run rate 5.57, so you're just tinkering along okay at the moment, Kingborough, without being superb.
Thompson comes in again.
It's a good shot.
Bit of a chase put on by Gabe Bell. Bit of a misfield as well by Gabe Bell. And that does result in an extra run.
Might have been half a chance there if he was clean there. Down
Potentially.
leg Bell.
The fielding hasn't been out of this world really by both teams, has it?
A few drop catches.
A few, yes. And the fielding hasn't been top notch, but obviously the batting and the bowling has been quite good.
Oh, it's well bowled there from Thompson.
Quite an interesting
action.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, action. Yeah, I've just lost for words there for a second. Yeah, quite an interesting action there by Thompson. Obviously a left armour.
Just got to be economical, Thompson. He started quite well. Only gone for 4 off his first 4 deliveries.
And again from the Church Street end.
Oh, that would have been an absolute screamer. But instead it's 4.
That was close.
It was very close.
That does mean that Martin races. Just look at that replay.
Short and wide there from Thompson.
Bit of a top edge there.
Just diving effort there. Might have been Harry Nichols there at backward point. Oh, it's out. It's stumped. Not a wicket you'd want if you're a paceman, a stumping wicket, but he'll take him however he gets, Thompson. And Martin has to go.
Martin is departing for 15 off 14.
15 balls, I think.
15 balls, yeah.
Thompson with his first wicket. Just came dancing down there. And here he is, Clive Rose, coming to the crease.
So that does mean Kingborough now 4 for 54.
In a spot of bother here.
In a hole. So you did say just before, Ryan, that Clive Rose could be the potential man to play the Simon Malenko role, but with Kingborough now being, what, 4 for 54, how would you say that he would be playing this innings?
I think he just needs to ease into it. He's still got plenty of time to bat. Still got over 12 overs, so... Is it 12 overs? Yes. He's got plenty of time. 10 overs after this. That was the end of the over. Doherty back in to continue into his third. No run there. But yes, Josh, I think Clive Rose does have time to ease into his innings. But then he definitely has the firepower to go big late. Doherty in again here. That's a terrific ball. That was very close to bowling Dylan Hay there. 4 for 58, the current score.
Hay and Rose at the crease.
Flighted up that one. Might try and push for 2 here. No, well fielded. Well done there by Nichols. Come.
Just look at that previous ball again from Xavier Doherty where he just flighted it up there.
Oh, just skidded on, didn't it? Could have easily taken the top of off stump there.
Bit of chirp out there from the boys from South Hobart, Sandy Bay, understandably as well, when they've got Kingborough really on the ropes here.
Another good ball there from Doherty. Can't recall Doherty going for a boundary yet.
No, I don't think I can either, Ryan.
2.4 overs, none for 12 for the X-Man.
Yeah,
It's not a bad ball again, just cramping for room. And as every dot ball passes, the required rate increases up to 8.2 now. The required rate for Kingborough. Another good ball. Oh no, he's been set back. Oh, and it could have been a lot worse there.
it's really interesting where this game is, as that does bring an end to that Xavier Doherty over.
11 bowled, it's 4 for 60, so they're going at less than a run a ball, but so were South Sandy at this stage last innings.
Yeah, 9 overs remaining, it looks like, here at Blundstone Arena, Bellarive. Kingborough really teetering now, at just 60 runs.
Still needs 75 for victory from the last 9 overs, so it's 75 off 54.
Looks like Kingston is returning back into the attack from the Church Street end, where he bowled
1 over,
last
none
over
for
from.
10, yes.
As you were saying, Ryan, he's none for 10 off 1 over. As he comes in. Good running there. Just gets the 1 run. As you can see, Clive Rose is really looking to be attacking out there. Really put the pressure on Hamish Kingston, who did go for 10 runs off his first over. Not the most economical bowler in this South Hobart Sandy Bay lineup. Now bowling to Hay.
Oh,
Big swing, no ding.
getting a bit worrying for Hay now. He's 10 off 19 balls, so looks like he's trying to play that Alex Doolan role, but
In a bit of a hole, isn't he, Hay?
yeah, I think he just needs to try and just a big shot to unleash the shackles slightly, but
He needs to do something, because he's really struggling out there. Hasn't really got away.
Kingston doing a good job here. As he comes in again. That's a good shot, but that might be out.
Fielder getting
It
underneath
should
it.
be out, and it is. I thought he
Beautiful
got it better
catch.
than what he did, but Willis, the safe pair.
George Bailey giving the famous high five there a couple of times, but that was an excellent catch. And that does mean the man we just talked about, Hay, has to depart.
He's gone for 10 off 20 deliveries.
And Kingborough really on the ropes now.
5 for 61 now.
Kingston just pushed that one fuller.
You'd think from here it's going to have to be the Clive Rose show.
But I think it's the show that all these fans have come to the ground to see, really. Clive Rose, really a cult figure down here in the southern part of Tasmania. As we just look at that replay once again.
Just held it back, I think. Maybe it might have been a little off-cutter there from Hamish Kingston. And ran the fingers over it.
Nice easy catch there.
New batsman at the crease is Alex Vincent.
Alex Vincent to the crease now.
Vincent in the competition has a high score of 39 as he faces.
That's a good shot there from Rose. Just bunted. That's a
Yeah,
bit off for
my
one.
mistake, they did cross at the conclusion of that wicket.
First ball coming up for Alex Vincent here.
I was just 1 ball too quickly, wasn't I?
Very eager.
Understandable when the game is really on a knife edge.
It is. 8.8 now the required weight rate for Kingborough, so can hit a big ball, Alex Vincent, so
But if Vincent wants to hit a big ball to the leg side, he's going to have to go to the big boundary.
yeah, they have brought in the men about 10 metres from the rope on the long boundary.
Yeah, making sure that he cuts off that potential too.
Yeah, they were doing that last night as well, into the wind especially.
Kingston in. Good ball there.
Oh, he's looking to go straight away there. There was Vincent, sent back commandingly by Clive Rose.
Yeah, Vincent and Rose really have a job to do if Kingborough are to find a ladder and get out of this hole that they're currently in here at Blundstone Arena, Bellarive.
Still 73 to get with 8.1 overs remaining.
Kingston in.
That's bowled him.
Oh, wow. South Hobart Sandy Bay are all over Kingborough here at Blundstone Arena, Bellarive, and what a delivery to the new batsman Vincent, who has
Just backing away there, I think, was Alex Vincent, and
Probably not quite up to the standard
Just
that Wheatley got George Bailey, but that's still a gem of a
beaten
delivery.
for pace there, I reckon. Hamish Kingston. Terrific ball. And now they really are in a spot above the Kingborough. 6 for 62.
They were most certainly already in a spot of bother, but this is definitely just really ramming home the advantage that South Hobart Sandy Bay have.
Martin in now at number 8 for Kingborough. Boy, do they need him to do a job.
I think really the weight is all on Clive Rose's shoulders. Obviously, we know what he can do with the bat. And for Kingborough to get out of this mess, Clive Rose really needs to score big and score quickly.
It's going to have to happen now too. Run rate now required now above 9 and over. Only going at 5.17 Kingborough, so it's very much slowed in the last few overs too. Kingston and Thompson putting a bit of a clamp on it. Doherty doing a good job. 3 overs, number 12.
So with Kingborough being in this hole, Ryan, when would you bring Simon Malenko back in? Obviously being really the danger bowler for South Hobart Sandy Bay. But now Thompson resumes. It's changing ends.
Just got big on him there. Yeah, no, I think with Malenko, he's bowled 2 overs, 3 for 8. So
yeah, he's had a ripping game, hasn't he?
There are only 7 overs to bowl after this, so he's definitely going to get those 2 in.
And obviously the Sharks are probably eyeing off bowling out this Kingborough liner.
Yeah, only 4 wickets in hand for the Sharks, for the Knights, sorry. Thompson, I thought he's bowled quite well so far. 1.1 overs, 1 for 8.
Yeah, really moving it off the wicket, isn't he?
Just an awkward
customer.
Awkward operator. And awkward for the batsman too.
I'll go with customer,
yeah,
you go with operator.
Yeah. No, he's making it hard for the batsmen out there.
But
absolutely.
To be fair, all the South Hobart Sandy Bay bowlers have really done that, haven't they, Ryan? Really stemmed the flow of runs and created wicket opportunities.
That's good. Shot there from Rose. Push for 2, I reckon. Yeah, have to go. Definitely in this instance.
Excellent running there.
But yeah, it's been terrific bowling from particularly Malenko, but also you've had contributions from Doherty. He hasn't taken a wicket, but I think he's been quite economical. Yeah, Bell's bowled well. Thompson's bowled well.
You could even say it's really been a bowler's game here at London Arena.
It has. Thompson in again. Just a fraction slower too, so it's harder to create the pace that Rose is trying to do. Couldn't score there, just bunting that one to backward a point. 5 off 7 balls, Clive Rose, so he hasn't really got going yet.
He hasn't set the world alight, has he, thus far, but from a Kingborough perspective, you'll definitely be hoping he can do this here now. Hit it to the short boundary, potentially.
It's another good ball from Thompson, and only going to be 1. But as we look at the required rate now, creeping up towards 10. So it's, when you've only got 7 overs to go and you need about 70, good luck.
Yeah, so I was just about to ask, when would you say that Kingborough are really out of this game?
It's hard to tell, but
when would you be concerned when the run rate gets to a certain level? What?
I'd say now.
So the red lights should be flashing in the Kingborough change rooms?
I'd say they're in a bit of a spot of bother. Thompson in again. It's bunted to short cover. No run. That's the over bowled. Another good one from Thompson there. He's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 11. 13 a bit bowled now. Kingborough 6 for 65.
Another change in the Church Street end with the bowling. It is Simon Malenko to continue.
And it does look like it's your man, Ryan, Simon Malenko.
I did call it.
You seem to have called quite a few things this game thus far that have occurred, and Simon Malenko is definitely one of those who is now starting his 3rd over from the Church Street end. Figures for 3 for 8 off 2. Excellent job here from Simon Malenko. Full of ball there and just pushed down onto the leg side.
Every dot ball now really putting the clamp on Kingborough.
Would you even go as far to say that Simon Malenko currently is probably in man of the match status?
Without doubt. It's definitely been a bowler's game, so it's a matter of who has been the standout bowler.
And obviously 2 sixes that he hit off Vincent.
Yep.
In the batting innings as he comes in for his second ball of the over. Shorter ball there and just hooked onto the leg side. Just the 1 run. Good fielding there by South Hobart Sandy Bay Sharks.
Yeah, I'd say some other contenders, maybe Cameron Wheatley. I thought he was quite impressive from his forward, taking out a couple of wickets.
That ball that he got, George Bailey, I think will definitely be shown quite a few times in the coming days. It was an absolute belter of a delivery.
I'll tell you what, Clive Rose could be in the reckoning if he can get his team over the line here. That would be a certain man of the match performance.
Yeah, well, I'm a massive fan of Clive Rose, so...
Just dropping in mid-wicket to the ring here. Deep square leg and long on in place.
Malenko in, it's left-hander.
It's a good shot.
Straight past the umpire.
Well fielded by Doherty. Saved another run there, I reckon.
So Rose is currently 7 off 10. And probably really needs to get going from a Kingborough perspective.
Just 68 required off 39 balls, Josh, so it's an uphill battle here.
Malenko in again to the right-handed Rose. Shorter ball, Rose gets onto the back foot. And nicely cut off by that man who is in the deep. As we just said, that Ryan said that he was in 10 metres to stop the second run, which he just did there. So excellent calling again from Ryan Brasendale here in the commentary box.
Malenko just bringing fine leg up here. He's got the deep point in and the deep third man.
Martin facing. Bit of movement away there from the bat, but Martin just pushes that onto the offside, into the cover region for no run. Yeah, you would think that dot balls are definitely the enemy here for Kingborough. South Hobart Sandy Bay would be looking to even clamp on more than what they are currently doing. Malenko figures of 3 for 11. I think this is his last ball of this over. As he comes in, inside.
That is
just a French cut there from Martin.
And I'll tell you what, they'll take it. They will take anything they can get at the moment, Kingborough.
They'll take it. They needed it.
They are valuable, valuable runs as another great over from Malenko comes to an end.
Just beautiful. Simon Malenko.
Centimetres away there.
3 for 15 off his 3 overs thus far.
6 for 72 now. 6 overs to go.
And Kingborough, even though they got that boundary in the last ball of that over, still in trouble, as Thompson looks like he's going to resume from the river end.
I don't see them scoring a boundary off Thompson if he keeps bowling that length he's bowling. Just a very awkward length.
Yeah, especially with the keeper.
Play.
Especially with the keeper up. Obviously, we saw the stumping off his bowling. I believe it was his last over, but obviously the batsman can't really move around the crease that much.
Here he comes in again to Rose, and
Rose looked like he was really loading up to that short boundary.
I think they're just expecting it to come on a bit quicker than what it is, Josh. It's hard to create the pace out there.
Well, we saw last night with the Hurricanes players really struggling to score, obviously.
Especially with Dwayne Bravo. That was one of his specialties. Just 5 wickets bowling, various...
especially with those slow balls that really digging into the wicket.
Gripping. Very, very true. Very difficult for the Hurricanes batsman. Here comes Thompson again. It's wider, but it can only be one. Very smart bowling here from Thompson. Dolan doing the fielding out at deep cover. Rose still hasn't really got going. He's 9 off 13 deliveries. And he's quickly running out of time. 62 required off 34 deliveries.
Martin, really needs to get going here.
That's
catching opportunity
to deep cover.
Beautifully taken,
and that is Martin gone, and Thompson picks up his second.
And you almost would say that could be the end of Kingborough's innings.
And the man of the moment, Simon Malenko, takes the catch. I'll give you that, Josh. He's been the standout player on the pitch today.
He's done it all. Good mitts out there, good bowling, and hit some beautiful sixes out there, but that does mean that Martin has to go for a paltry 5 off 4 balls, and Kingborough, can't reiterate enough, they're absolutely reeling here.
7 for 73.
It's not good. They're really...
Cam Wheatley to the crease now. But
this innings is very much looking like their game that they did play against UTAS in round 1 of this T20 game, where they were 7 for 93.
Have a look at that wicket again. Thompson just held it back again. It's very hard to generate the pace, as we've been saying. Martin just holing out to deep cover.
And Malenko safe hands.
He's not dropping that. In comes Thompson again to Rose as they did cross. Another dot ball. Just can't get going today, Clive Rose. But got to give credit to the bowling.
Bit of chirp out there for South Hobart Sandy Bay players. It's quite intriguing what they're yapping about out there.
Thompson coming in again.
Rose facing.
Needs to go big, but again, it's a top ball. Bailey doing the fielding at short backward point.
Understandable though, the Sharks are very vocal out there, being in such a great position in this T20 game. As you
Up
can
to
hear,
12 and over now, so they need 2 a ball.
and as you can see, the keeper really reiterating the point that dots are really what's going to win South Hobart Sandy Bay this game as much as what wickets will.
Last ball the over here, and held up again, and it's been some excellent bowling from Wills Thompson. He's bowled
Superb.
3 overs now, 2 for 12. 15 have been bowled now. Kingborough 7 for 73.
I really don't know if Kingborough can get out of this hole, Ryan. They're really in deep, and it's really not looking good. Rose hasn't got away yet. He's 9 for 16. Newman Wheatley out there, none off none. And alarm bells are definitely ringing, as they were probably 5 overs ago in this innings. Does look like it will be Hamish Kingston to bowl from the Church Street end of Blunston Arena.
First ball to Wheatley, he's just...
Good ball there.
Yeah, cramping in for room. Doesn't really have any balls to get his eye in here, Wheatley. Just has to, if there's any chance of winning this one, just has to go. Clive Rose, I don't think he's hit a boundary yet either. So...
It hasn't been the innings that you were asked for after... Was it Ryan? As Hamish Kingston comes in once again after I got my words out eventually.
Oh, and a bit of soccer there from Hamish Kingston.
Bit of chin wag out there by the lads.
Wouldn't get a game for the Socceroos after that effort. Good chat out there again.
Yeah, like I said, a bit of chin wag.
61 required now of 28 balls, so it's... You asked me when it was too far, a bridge too far, I'd say it's a bridge too far now, Josh.
Guess you could say it depends how big the bridge is. There's Kingston, bit of a false start there. I'm sure Rose still thinks that he has an opportunity here to win the game for Kingborough. It's Kingston.
That's a nice shot there. Only been one though. Boundaries very difficult to come by. And 7 for 75. Required run rate now creeping up to 13.3.
Yeah, that's quite large, especially when we haven't really seen many boundaries come from the bats of the Kingborough batting order, especially not these two in Rose and Wheatley. Wheatley facing, shorter ball. Didn't know where that went.
Looks like he just lost that one. And could have even been overthrows, but...
Bit of a ping there.
Absolutely.
By the man at backward point, but just couldn't do the job. Probably was home safely after that bit of a shamble ball there by Wheatley. Didn't really know where it went as we just look at this replay.
I think it might have just got big on him, and he's...
Yeah, well, just short a ball and just didn't know where it went, does he?
Into the shoulder, I think.
Just got confirmation that it was off the shoulder, which... And it'd be interesting to see what Kingston does to Clive Rose here. 10 off 17. Clive Rose just dabs it down to the man at third man.
Just those dabs aren't really going to get you boundaries, Josh. I think he needs to just try and
anything over two a ball really needs to be dispatched. Really going to do the job. But
just need boundaries here. Last ball the over from Kingston. He's been economical as always. 2.5 overs, 2 for 16.
But obviously we just can't underestimate enough how good this bowling effort has really been from the South Hobart Sandy Bay crew. When Kingston comes in, just another little glide down to third man for 1 run.
Into the over 16 bowled, it's 7 for 78. Looks like Thompson will be bowling his last over. 3 overs, 2 for 12 for him. At the moment, he's been terrific. And, well, I think it might be 57 required off the last 4 overs for Kingborough. So, good luck to them. Wheatley on strike here.
Do you give them an outside chance, Ryan?
No. Well bowled again from Thompson.
Yeah, well, dot balls and ones aren't going to do the job, are they?
Not, are they?
They're not going to cut the mustard here.
Where should Wheatley be targeting? I think if he can get one
I think what he's
enough,
been doing, I think he's been just short of a length there and really pushing it.
3 men on the fence on the leg side and a long off and a deep cover.
But I think what has been working, he's been bowling it onto the offside, making sure that they have to hit to that long boundary.
That's nice and straight again. Just be one. Very hard to score boundaries with this field set, and the bowler's backing up the captain here with some very tight bowling.
Yeah, if you're the captain of South Hobart Sandy Bay right now, you'd be extremely happy and getting ready to celebrate with the boys. A great win, really. Kingborough in a massive hole, and only the most let's just say not many people would give them a fighting chance. As Thompson comes in.
Nice shot there from Rose, but again, it's only going to be one.
Picked up by Gabe Bell.
It's been the story of this innings, I think, Josh. Just a lot of singles, not a lot of boundaries. And that would just have to be due to that tight bowling that we've been talking about.
Yeah, really not the scoring rate that you're after at T20 level, especially in the Premier League where you're expecting a lot of flurry of boundaries.
Thompson in again to Wheatley. He's gone big. I reckon that might land safely, and it does.
We saw that quite regularly last night, didn't we, where the ball was definitely going up in the air, but it was just landing in between 2 or 3 fielders, and that's definitely occurred a couple times tonight. Or if the ball has gone to a fielder, more times than not, it has been dropped, which has been quite extraordinary.
Thompson again. 2 balls left in his spell.
Rose wants a quick little single onto the leg side. There's a lot of room.
It's bowled well. It's hammered by Clive Rose, but again, great shot for only 1 run. Rose moves on to 13 off 20 now. 7 for 82, Kingborough. Are they just looking to bat out time now, Josh?
I personally don't think they have any other option, really, unless they probably need to hit out or get out, really.
16.7, the rate required. He's tried to go big there, Wheatley, off Thompson. But a terrific spell from Willis Thompson. He's bowled 4 overs, 2 for 17. He's been superb.
He's done a great job, hasn't he? Obviously started from the Church Street end, but then finished off strongly from the River end. And really did a great job. Like you said, Ryan, finishing 2 for 17. Kingborough absolutely in trouble here. 7 for 83.
52 required off the last 3, Josh.
Well, if anyone can do it, I'm putting my money on Clive Rose. And that means that if anyone can do it, it's him. But it doesn't mean he will do it.
Some very interesting analytics there from you. But
I like to mumble my words a little bit.
Got Malenko back into the attack here.
Yeah, with Malenko, it's going to be very hard to get him away. Obviously, 3 for 15 off his 3 overs thus far. He comes in.
Oh, it's a good ball. Again, to a lower order batsman, it's going to be hard to get away.
And just one run, that's really just gold for South Hobart Sandy Bay. In the closing moments of this innings for Kingborough.
And that flurry from Malenko looking even more helpful now.
Yeah, man of the match candidate for sure. As Malenko runs in from the Church Street end.
Shot.
Bit of a slow ball there by Malenko.
Held up in the pitch.
Yeah, just gets the one run. We did see that from Bravo last night, as you mentioned, just before Ryan. He really did the job for the Renegades, and looks like Malenko's really taken a leaf out of his book. And really just put a slow ball into the wicket and see where it goes. As he comes in once again.
Oh, he's
another short
loaded
ball
up there.
Just short of a length there from Malenko, and yeah, big swing, but didn't connect. It's really been the tail of the innings though. Freitag really started off swinging for the hills, but just couldn't connect. And then when he did eventually connect, he was soon back to the pavilion. And he went just for 14, and then Backhouse was dismissed for 9.
Hit a couple of nice shots, Riley Backhouse. That's a nice shot, but
and
it
that
might be out
caught,
too.
Should be caught.
And
George Bailey underneath, and safe as houses, George Bailey.
And that's a 4th for Malenko now.
And that does look like it's the man that really should have carried the innings in rows, but he has to depart, and that all but ends the innings for Kingborough. Still obviously have 2 wickets in hand, but you wouldn't rate their chances from this point as we look.
No, not with the number 9 and 10 in. It's a
definitely not
reasonable connection from Clive Rose, but
the disappointing thing was that he was hitting to the long boundary.
Yeah.
George Bailey obviously safe as houses with his hands.
Right fielder in the right place there, Josh.
Absolutely, but fair to say that South Hobart Sandy Bay have mostly fielded well overall. Unlike Kingborough, really, they let the Sharks off the hook when they were batting. Just look at that one again. Like you said, Ryan, Clive really got onto that one, but
always going to be hard hitting the long boundary. Comes Malenko again to Wheatley.
Malenko 4 for 18. Wow,
Can he get a fifer?
That's a good ball there. Umpire just signalling that that's the first bouncer of the inning of this over, I should say. 1
ball left in the Malenko spell. He's bowled 3.5 overs, 4 for 18, so he's been electric.
He's a chance for a fifer, you would say, with the way he's been bowling. And the man of the match would definitely be assured for Simon Malenko. Big recruit. As he comes in for the last ball of his over. Just bunts it down the ground, Wheatley, and gets the 1 run. And it looks like it's just a matter of time here.
Just playing out time here now, Josh. They need, Kingborough 8 for 86. They need 48 runs, sorry, from 2 overs. So Malenko, 24 and over.
And Malenko finished his spell at 4 for 19.
This is stick cricket territory now. 24 required off and over.
I don't think I could even do this on stick cricket, to be honest, right?
Gabe Bell to finish his spell now. 3 overs, no wicket for 11.
He started the innings extremely well, didn't he, Gabe Bell? Really got some movement off the wicket. And obviously the captain has really thought that Gabe Bell should be the person that closes the innings out from the river end as he comes in.
Bit of an inside edge onto the pad there, but no run for Wheatley. He's trying to load up Wheatley, but just not really coming off for him. 11 balls left in this match now. 2 wickets in hand. Kingborough still need 48 runs, so this would be an all-time great comeback, but we'll see how we go. Bell in again. Bowled again, it's upish.
That should be caught.
Oh, careful.
Should be. As we've seen again numerous times, that the ball's just landed in between 2 fielders.
Very lucky there. Could have been a very dangerous collision there, Josh. I think it was Doolan and Thompson players involved there. But
100 miles an hour both ways for those 2 players, and it was close. Well, just look at that replay.
Sky ball from Wheatley.
Didn't connect as well as he would have liked, especially he wasn't aiming for the long boundary.
Very dangerous there. Good to see Thompson stop though. Bit of cheer from the crowd there.
I was going to say, the crowd's really getting up about
Reece
that.
Ward's single there.
It's good to see that they're still supporting the Kingborough Knights. especially in this dire situation that they're in.
It's not a great situation with 9 balls to go.
Very reminiscent from their first match in this T20 competition when they played.
Bell comes in again. Loaded up for no run. Just playing out time now here at Blunston Arena.
Ward was extremely anxious to get back on strike, obviously with the cheers that he's getting. It's understandable, but Wheatley didn't want a bar of it and kept down the striker's end. As Gabe Bell comes in.
Oh, it's straight in
Wheatley
the foot.
is absolutely launching them.
Crunched that one.
They're not going high, they're just getting...
Bell's running that one off. That would hurt. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad I'm not Gabe Bell right now
That
with that
would
ball
be-
screaming back.
That will
towards the
come out
fast
well
bowler.
tomorrow morning. Nice big bruise, I'd imagine. Coming in again.
Oh,
That's not a bad shot.
Could that be a 6?
From Ward.
Oh, yes,
It's
it
6.
is.
That'll send the crowd into a frenzy.
Maybe they're a chance.
They need 39 off the last.
Yeah, you could
But
say
Ward.
that they're probably out of reach here, but Ward.
Could you make a case for him going up the order? Big shot there. Look at this unload. Oh, that's Wheatley, sorry. That's straight in the foot there.
Yeah, maybe it was you out there cheering for Ward, because you definitely look like you're getting on the bandwagon, but that was
It's
Wheatley.
a great shot.
It was. Doesn't matter who it was,
Sweetly
it was a
timed.
great shot.
And it looks as though it'll be Hamish Kingston to finish the innings.
So Hamish Kingston is going to have to overstep 7 balls in a row, really, to give Kingborough a chance to win here.
Just an over left before we can crown South Hobart the CTPL T20 champions.
Absolutely. With your man Simon Malenko potentially taking home the Man of the Match award as Kingston comes in.
We try to load up there, Wheatley, trying to emulate a bit of Reece Ward action there. Couldn't do so.
Yeah, that was a beautiful connection from Ward, wasn't it? Obviously, you're a big fan of the man. And that was a glorious hit.
First maximum of the innings, I believe, for South Hobart.
For Kingborough. As
Kingborough,
Kingston comes in, straight down the ground, but that will be cut off.
No. Bit of a slip there from Ward, and definitely a crowd favourite, isn't he, Josh?
It's understandable as well when he's such a clean striker of the ball.
We'll need to get some new spikes, though, after that little issue there. 4 balls left in this match now. Standout team all year, the Sharks, in the T20 form of the game.
When you look at their depth, it's understandable why they're going to be crowned champions in this competition.
Oh, it's big again.
Big hit.
No, it might be out, I reckon.
Straight up in the air.
Straight up.
Nicely taken, and that does, but
Clark takes it.
does that mean an end to your man?
I think it may.
Ward is...
Code will come out for a little hit and dash, but Ward's gone for 7 off 3 deliveries.
Ward departs for 1. The new batsman at the crease is Matthew Code.
So Matthew Code's the keeper, isn't he?
He is.
It's very
yes.
interesting to have your keeper coming in at legs 11.
We'll see how he goes.
He could be getting a raise up the...
Yeah, big opportunity with 3 balls remaining. 9 for 97 now, Kingborough. Kingston picked up his 3rd then.
He comes in,
That's
full
a big
ball,
shot.
and that's put up in the air. This should be the end.
Could be the game,
South
and it
Hobart,
is.
Sandy Bay are the champions in this Cricket Tasmania Premier League T20 competition. And that has just been a well-rounded performance.
4 wickets to Hamish Kingston. He's finished beautifully there.
So it's really a fight between Malenko and Kingston for man of the match honours, really. Unless you're going to put Doolan's 48 into calculations.
I think Malenko would have that one sewn up, Josh. He's been terrific in the field, terrific with the ball, and pretty helpful with the bat.
What a ripping game here we've just witnessed at Blunston Arena, Bellarive. South Hobart Sandy Bay Sharks are the champions of the T20 competition, winning pretty comprehensively, I would say, Ryan, over Kingborough.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Just couldn't get into their innings, really, could they?
All out 97, never really got going. A couple of contributions from Sam Martin and free tag at the top of the order, but no one really getting going. Real well-rounded bowling performance by the Sharks.
So as we've just seen, South Hobart Sandy Bay Sharks have won the T20 competition, comprehensive winners over the Kingborough Knights. Thank you for joining us on this Friday night. Also a big thanks to our production manager, Andrew, for doing such a great job tonight with what you've seen on your screen. And we hope that you enjoy the rest of your night on this Friday night and have a very Merry Christmas and a safe New Year.
Firstly, a round of applause for both teams on their seasons to date in 2020 cricket, and congratulations on making the finals again. To assist me with the presentations today, I have Managing Director of Detail First, Brian Corcoran, and CT Director and Premier League Chair, Belinda Jeffries. We'd like to thank Brian and Detail First for their continued support of Premier Cricket, and we'd also like to thank Kookaburra and CUB, so a round of applause for our sponsors. To all the work that goes on behind the scenes at Clubland, to all the scorers, the volunteers, all the parents, and everyone that works on the boards around clubs and gets Premier Cricket on the park every week, we wouldn't be here without you, so a round of applause for all the work that goes on behind the scenes. I'll invite Nathan Freitag, Captain of Kingborough, to come up and say a few words.
Firstly, well done to the Sharks. Well played. We've had a few good battles, but you guys have pipped us a few times now. To our boys, bad luck. We've just got to keep learning and keep learning from our mistakes. Thanks to the sponsors and everyone else that came out and turned up today. Thanks to the umpires. Thanks to all the Kingborough supporters that were here, and to the Sandy Bay supporters that made it a fun day. So thank you.
As Nathan said, thank you to our umpires, and I'll invite our on-field umpires Wade Stewart and Mohammed Qureshi to come up and collect their medals. Thanks also to match referee Jamie Mitchell. Our umpires have awarded a player of the final, and for his all-round effort, that goes to Simon Malenko, South Hobart Sandy Bay. Now get captain of South Hobart Sandy Bay, Sean Willis, to collect his premiership medal and say a few words.
Yeah, just want to start thanking the sponsors, Detail First. Obviously, put a lot into local club cricket down here, which is really good. Our sponsor, Ray White, Icon, really got the club moving again this year. Thanks to the umpires, done a good job. Only halfway through the year, a few more Saturdays to go. But the Kingborough boys, unlucky. A good game of cricket on a pretty tough wicket, but we know you guys will be there towards the end of the year, and we know you'll always be competitive. Good bunch of blokes as well. I'm sure we'll share a beer with you. Our boys, it's a good win. Good to be back around Dangly season again, which is always nice. And let's just hope everyone, the crowd, thank you for everyone coming around, and have a safe Christmas. Don't hurt yourself at Falls.
We'll call forward the remaining South Hobart Sandy Bay players to collect their premiership medals, starting with Wills Thompson. Stuart Martin. Harry Nichols. Hamish Kingston. Simon Malenko. Xavier Doherty. Gabe Bell. George Bailey. Alex Doolan. Kyle Wisniewski. Josh Pitt. And coach Matt Clark. I'll get Sean to join Matt and we'll hand over the Premiership Cup and check to round out our presentations. Congratulations again to South Hobart Sandy Bay, premiers of 2020 cricket this season. That concludes our presentations. On behalf of Cricket Tasmania, wish everyone a Merry Christmas and safe New Year, and see you back here in 2018.
What's he ever done?
Sharks! The Sharks down at the bay. Beneath the blue and white we play. We shout we were too good today. South Hobart Sandy Bay. Out we come, out we come, out we come to play. Watch the Sharky circle as we're hunting down a prey. Lots of fun, heaps of fun in Kingborough today. The Sharky boys are hard to beat when we come out to play. So join in the chorus and sing it one and all. Join in the chorus, the Sharks are on the ball. South Hobart Sandy Bay, we're champions, you'll agree. The Sharkies are the team to beat, just you wait and see.